Capitol today, calling attention to a staggering number of motorcycle fatalities on Minnesota roads this year. To date, 37 riders have been killed. That's compared to 24 this time last year. State Senator and motorcyclist Judy Seeberger with a message to other drivers.
When you're stopped at a stop sign, look twice, 3 times before you proceed. You're looking for cars, you're looking for motorcycles, you're looking for bicyclists, you're looking for pedestrians, you're looking for stray dogs, you're looking for everything because you don't want to hit anything. We don't proceed until the way is clear.
The Minnesota Lynx celebrating an historic milestone.
Head coach Cheryl Reeve officially became the winningest coach in the WNBA regular season history after securing her 380th career victory. The 4-time Coach of the Year achieved the milestone in her 17th season with the franchise, building on a legacy that already includes 4 league championships. Reflecting on that achievement and her time in the WNBA, Reeve had this to say.
I found me. And I found my voice in the WNBA. And this is incredibly special for me today here.
She said despite the celebration, the team is already shifting its focus to tomorrow's matchup against the New York Liberty at home as they look to capture win number 381. In downtown Minneapolis, I'm Taylor Rivera, News Talk 830 WCCO.
As our heat and humidity builds this weekend, thousands are expected to attend the inaugural Minnesota Country Club Festival on Harriet Island.
There are 2 stages set up for the long list of country, roots rock, and Americana music groups. The 2-day show is run by the same individuals operating the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival. Vinny Donatel is a fiddle and upright bass player for the Minneapolis-based band The Last Revel.
They wanted to branch out and have another festival with the same format, kind of focusing more on folky roots music and more country-leaning acts.
Joining them on stage tonight, Treaty Oak Revival and the Beach Boys. Mark Fry, News Talk 830 WCCO.
And WCCO News Time is 3:05.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Crash working on 694 eastbound at Highway 252. Patrol has just arrived on the scene. Again, everything's off the left side. Slowdowns in place, though, as you pretty much come away from Shingle Creek Parkway. If you're going to be traveling along 694 westbound, some slowing there as you make way between Matterhorn and 252. Over on the East Metro, southbound 35 East slows as you move past Victoria Street, heading down to the work zone at Shepherd Road. Joey Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
Get your home into the comfort zone with Metro.
An air conditioner at Metro Heating and Cooling is, on average, only $5,400 installed. Find out more at metroheating.com.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Brought to you by Metro Heating and Cooling. Here's WCCO TV Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer.
A very summer-like vibe for the next several days. We'll only cool back to 70 tonight with a partly cloudy sky. Plenty of sunshine this weekend. A high of 90 tomorrow. You'll start to feel the humidity again. It will be hot and humid on Sunday. Sunshine with a high of 92. Still looks like the hottest days will be Monday, Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday, with highs in the mid-90s.
Mostly cloudy right now, 83 at News Talk 830 WCCO.
Not just something to listen to. You stay plugged into what's happening in the world. News Talk 830 WCCO. You're thinking about it. Jason's talking about it. There are no breaks on bold takes here. Buckle up. This is Drive Time with DeRusha. Tuned up and rolling thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington. Now, live from Minnesota's biggest microphone, here's Jason DeRusha.
Welcome to Drive Time. It is Friday. Jason with you. Dan is here and Laura as well. The story making headlines around Minnesota and around the world is the federal government showing that it is in charge. And we talked extensively against the pardoning of a convicted sex offender here in Minnesota. When the governor did it, when the attorney general did it, when the then Chief Justice of the Supreme Court all voted to pardon to pardon a guy who was sexually assaulting, was raping a 10-year-old girl when he was 18. It's a disgusting crime. And to pardon someone for a crime like that, to me, it's unconscionable. At the same time, I am disgusted by the fact that our federal government is more interested in dunking on Tim Walz, in dunking on this Laotian refugee who arrived to the United States as a child, who had legal citizenship until he was convicted of this crime. And the dunk on this guy is disgusting. It's offensive. It's not about keeping you or me or our children more safe. It's about shoving it in the face of the libs and the soft on crime Democrats and Tim Walz. We have one of the most embarrassing excuses for a government. It's just not how we should be treating people. And I say that with the backdrop of saying I think the correct decision was made to deport this man. But you know it's not about that. 651-461-9226. Or at the least, the dunk is giving people more of a thrill than doing the right thing, than achieving what I would be surprised if anyone with a straight face could say that Tu Lu Vang should still be here in Minnesota. 651-461-9226. I'd love to hear your reaction to this, because my reaction is sadness all the way around. Sadness that Tu Lu Vang got off with such a light sentence at the beginning. He served no time behind bars. It was just a long probationary period because the family apparently pressured the 10-year-old or the 12-year-old at the time of the prosecution, pressured her into not testifying. That was unjust. Sadness that our elected officials here in Minnesota thought that it made any sort of sense to pardon someone who served no time behind bars and pardon somebody who was convicted of being a sex offender. Stupid. Just stupid. And then the inevitable, this was a play in 3 acts, right? You knew what the final act was going to be before the curtain dropped on, once again, the federal government using Minnesota as a prop in its morality play. It is just a prop. They don't care about this state. They don't care about any of the people. It is just a prop. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? Now, I do believe, and a texter is saying that I have it backwards, that Walz and Ellison tried to dunk on Trump, even if it meant sympathizing with the sex offender. I do think there's some fairness to that pushback, and we talked about that when we first talked about this story. It's been a week. It's been a week now, I think. This last Thursday that we talked about it before the 4th of July weekend. That said, at the same hearing, there was another person who was here illegally, who was facing potential deportation, who did not get pardoned. So in this case, you can believe them or you cannot believe them, but the governor and the attorney general said that they put a lot of stock into the fact that the victim wrote a letter saying that she thought Tu Vang should not be deported, that he had served enough of a penalty and the shame of this over the years. I disagree with that decision, but I do think it at least throws into question the idea that this all was done just to stick it to Trump. I do think that instinct, we see that so much from our politicians, and we certainly see that here in the state. Let's go to Tim in St. Louis Park at 651-461-9226. Tim, I'm disappointed all the way around on this. I do think that Tu Lu Vang should have been deported, though. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. Well, he shouldn't have been pardoned in the first place.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
He should have been deported. And I'm just disgusted with the fight between Walz and Trump.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've got this. What were Walz and Ellison thinking when they did this? Why did they do this? Is it just to get a highlight to poke Trump? Because that's what they're doing, and Trump has the power. So
yeah, it is. It's a fair question, and the governor was asked that, right? And not that I would expect him to be honest and say, "Yeah, we're sticking it to the president." It sure felt like me that it was an intentional sort of, we're going to try to protect this guy from being deported because we don't like the way ICE did their business. But then at that same hearing, they didn't deport another guy who was in a similar scenario. So I don't know. Maybe they were. I mean, to me, they were not thinking. Right? It is too. Right. I'm for the idea of pardoning. I don't think that a convicted child sex offender should ever be pardoned, though. To me, that's the type of crime that I think you can be forgiven. The victim can forgive you. We should have second chances, and we should have a chance to go and make a life. But I don't know that wiping that off your record to me is, it's something I'm not interested in,
It's crazy, and I don't know. I mean, who's crazier, Walz or Trump? Well, Trump's crazy on a scale of about 9. Walz is pretty close to a 7.
Yeah. Tim, I think you and I are on the same page with that. Thank you, Tim in St. Louis Park. That's a good call. I mean, this is something I've been talking about for a long time. It is an incredible frustration of mine that this battle of wills between our governor and our president is terrible for those of us who are in the state. Puts us in the crosshairs of a vindictive presidential administration. For what? For what? What's the benefit? What's the upside? What's the good part of this for America? Now, I do want to play what Marco Rubio had to say about this case, because this goes again to the fact that there is no real understanding about the actual case. It's a top level headline, clickbait sort of view of this story. And I get it. I'm not saying that we need a lot of nuance in this when we're looking at this state. But listen to what Marco Rubio had to say.
Just weeks ago, a convicted sex offender and a foreign national was shielded from deportation by the governor of Minnesota. Laotian national Tu Li Vang was convicted of repeatedly sexually abusing a 10-year-old girl in the state of Minnesota. He even tried to pay his victim for her silence, and he called his heinous crimes a minor thing. Just days before this foreign sex offender was scheduled to be deported, Tim Walz, the governor, issued him a pardon, setting him free to once again endanger the children of America. Well, this week I revoked his legal status in the United States, and as a result,
all right, so the calling him a criminal, what did he call him? A criminal alien. It's like the guy came here as a child. He had legal citizenship. His citizenship was revoked when he was convicted. I think he should have been deported. But again, the way this is being handled, the sort of gross photo, and if you're watching on our live stream on YouTube or on my X account or on the WCCO Radio Facebook, the photo of this guy like being taken away, child predator deported. It's about the headline. It's not about keeping you safe. It just isn't. Andrew on YouTube says all the world is a stage and some people are just props. Part of the rehabilitating process of convicted non-citizens should always be deportation, no matter the case. I agree with you, Andrew. I agree with you. Linda on Facebook, I'm very happy he's gone. Good riddance. Second chances should never happen with illegal aliens. I totally agree. I totally agree. But when they cloak this in the language of, the safety of America's children, he'll never again. It gives this perception that like this guy was out there like looking for kids to sexually assault. When really what was happening was sort of a familiar kind of cultural, still criminal, gross. He deserves to be convicted. He should have spent time in the clink back when he was convicted for this. To me, the bottom line is the cruelty. When I look at what the purpose is of what the federal government is trying to do, it's the dunk and it's the cruelty. It's not the safety. Let's break. Text pouring in. Lots of calls, too. 651-461-9226. Drive time back in just a minute.
Drive Time with DeRusha is fueled by Luther Kia of Bloomington. Go see Dan Dingman and the crew today, or always online at lutherkiaofbloomington.com.
Summer is here. Warm weather is here. This weekend, I know you're going to be spending some time outside, soaking up the sun. Enjoy it. Get out there. Feel good. Touch grass. And maybe wear a hat. For sure, wear sunscreen. It's Jason here for Terrene Dermatology. 11 locations all over the Twin Cities, all over the greater area, including Western Wisconsin. So this July is UV Safety Awareness Month. So we know that UV rays cause sunburns, right? But it's more than that. Did you know? And I was talking to Dr. Mohiba Terrene about this the other day. UV rays are the leading cause of premature aging, dark spots, and skin cancer. So the hat covering your skin, for some of you, that's going to be the best solution. For all of us, you should be wearing a broad spectrum SPF every single day. Rain, shine, clouds, sun. It's powerful. This July, Terrene Dermatology is discounting all of their sunscreen products, 20% off. And I want you to get that full body skin checkup so you know what's going on and you can catch skin cancer before it becomes a problem. Terrene is Tareen. You can book an appointment online. Get in within 3 weeks. No reason to wait. Get to TerreneDermatology.com.
It's the 27th annual Anoka Riverfest and Craft Fair, presented by the Sorensens of Insurance Brokers of Minnesota. Bring the whole family for handcrafted treasures, tasty food, and live music in historic downtown Anoka. Free admission and parking Saturday, July 11th. Learn more at AnokaRiverfest.org.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us.
I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on.
And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
The ride home deserves better conversation. Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
It is Friday. Hope you're getting ready for a great weekend. It's going to be a hot one here in the Twin Cities. Just about 10 minutes, we're going to talk a little bit about what next after the city of St. Paul clears out homeless encampments. We talked a little bit about that yesterday after the Twins game, but we're going to talk to one of the shelters in St. Paul that's preparing for that coming up in just about 10 minutes. Right now, we're talking about The deportation of a Laotian national who has spent his entire life essentially in Minnesota. He was convicted of raping a 10-year-old. He was 18 at the time. This was in 2006, but it burst into the national headlines because he received a pardon for his crime by Minnesota's governor and the pardon board. And so it became a political hot potato. And today, the federal government ended this morality play by broadcasting over and over this photo of Tulu Vang being deported from the United States, complete with Marco Rubio doing a statement saying that he will never endanger another American. A historical fact, result I do think is the correct result, that he should have been deported. And in fact, he would have been deported 20 years ago, except for the fact that Laos wasn't taking any Laotian nationals. So there was nowhere to deport him to. Mike is in Minneapolis at 651-461-9226. Mike, what do you want to say?
I'm just really angry and frustrated with Walz and Ellison because they basically gave a gift to Trump to paint immigrants with this, criminal element and the worst of the worst. So it's like all the year of trying to prove that ICE was wrong and that immigrants deserve a place. Instead, we've got this ridiculous story. So, Trump is Trump, but Walz is tone deaf, and I can't believe he's this ignorant, but he is.
Mike, it's such a smart observation by you, because this is an incredible gift. The federal government doesn't care about this guy, doesn't care about his family, doesn't care about our community. This is just a great prop to use to say, look at these goof nuts in Minnesota. They are so desperate to protect people who are here illegally. They are pardoning somebody who sexually assaulted a 10-year-old. And while that is like not the nuanced understanding of what happened here, it's pretty close. It's close enough, right? Where you look at it and say, why did we do this? Why did we give this to them?
Indeed. And thank you for letting me
For sure.
voice my opinion.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. 651-461-9226. A texter asked, did I hear that the 10-year-old girl at the time, wanted him pardoned? And that is correct. She did. And that is what the governor and the attorney general said was the reason that they voted for the pardon. I believe them because, again, at that same pardon hearing, there was another person in a similar scenario that was not pardoned. And I also think the fact that the girl wanted him pardoned is essentially irrelevant. It's not up. We don't let victims decide sentences. And I don't think we should. I understand all the time the media asks people like, oh, what do you think? Like, and their opinion matters. But I don't know. I think it's not up to her. It's not up to her. And there should have been a little more political strategy in this. Texter 651-461-9226. Why did the Democrats die on these loser hills? MAGA and J.D. Vance couldn't ask for anything better. I agree. Are you for real? Texter says. You're whining about dunking. There is zero tolerance for pedophiles. Full stop. Thank God the Fed stepped in to right this wrong. What did the feds do to keep you safer, Texter? What did they do to right this wrong? And I agree with the outcome. I also think it's reasonable to take a look at what's going on here and be realistic. One, the state of Minnesota is serving up, just lobbing up softballs for the federal government to slam grand slams left and right and dunk on this state. That is a problem, I think. It's bad for Minnesota. Number two, the federal government doesn't give a rip about keeping us safe from people who are here illegally. They don't. What they care about is the dunk. They care about showing the picture, making Tim Walz look stupid, and making the Democrats look soft on crime. And they did it. They did it.
Yeah, you can agree with the outcome of all of this and feel that the way that we got here is totally gross. Again, all the way around, right? I get what the distinction you're trying to make with Walz and Ellison, and the Chief Justice saying that, this one gets pardoned, but this other person who was also eligible for deportation doesn't get pardoned.
I just think that's worth a little consideration.
It absolutely is. Absolutely is. My I don't want to say even pushback on that, but I think my further point on that is I really do wonder if this individual, even with the victim offering, her forgiveness and wish that he not be deported, if he wasn't eligible for deportation, if we set that aside, if she just wanted him pardoned for this crime and able to move on with his life, however she thinks he should be able to move on with his life, would that pardon still have come? Or was the deportation element what really put it over the top?
Right.
And I sort of suspect it's the latter and not so much the former. So this was a gross attempt on the part of Minnesota leaders to try to stick it to the president, and then a gross way that the president's administration has reacted to it and done what they did. Even if, again, you can say, yeah, this guy should have been deported. That's the letter of the law.
Yeah.
We can just do that without all the political posturing, but actually we can't anymore in this country. Everything has to be political posturing.
I would have been less disgusted by what happened today if it wasn't for the picture. The picture is what set me off this morning when I saw it. And we've seen this time and time again from the federal government, right? They want the photos. This is why we saw ICE agents in Minneapolis holding cell phones, taking photos and taking video, not to protect themselves, but to have stuff to post. And so this photo of this guy being deported, to me, is that is what was over the top. Now, notice what we don't have a photo of. Oh, didn't ICE agents kill someone this week? Huh. And there's they didn't have body cameras or dash cameras or anything. Huh. Interesting what we have photos of, isn't it? Interesting. It is 3:31. We're going to take a break in a minute. What do we do after the city of St. Paul sweeps the first homeless camp that they're going to shut down in a couple of weeks now? I think it's good that the city of St. Paul is saying enough. Like, we got to get people out of this unsafe environment, out of just living on the street, living in these encampments. But where are we going to put people? Do we have enough beds? Are the people who are in this encampment willing to go into a shelter? We're going to talk with Union Gospel Mission Twin Cities, which has just expanded the number of beds they have. Are they ready? We'll find out in just a minute on Drive Time.
This is Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
Here's a World Soccer Championship preview.
Brought to you by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's, and by the first ever Infiniti QX65. England and Norway meet in Miami with a spot in the semifinals on the line. It's a head-to-head battle of two of the tournament's top scorers, England's Harry Kane and Norway's Erling Haaland. Both teams benefit from a full week of rest, especially England, which had to defend with 10 men for almost 40 minutes to beat Mexico. I'm Mike Conti.
All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
For all the things you have to do and places you need to be, let Uber take you there. Because you had just one more 3 rounds ago. Because the 5 a.m. flight seemed like a good idea at the time. Because check engine lights always appear at the worst possible times. And because parking downtown is a nightmare. Because there are nights out, airport trips, and car troubles in your area, there are drivers in your area. Uber. Request a ride today. Wait time varies. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices
down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Premium Wireless. How did you get 30, 30, bit you get 30, bit you get 20, 20, 20, bit you get 20, 20, bit you get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month. Sold!
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Chad back here with you on CCO. I want to talk insurance and the group I have trusted for 30 years. Not just me, my father, my boys. We have been with Amber Scholl and Associates the entire time. They are with American Family, and trust is the right word. When something awful happens with your business or your home or your car, you need people who are available. You need individuals who have a team, and they've handled every situation. Amber and her team have done that. Let's be honest. Insurance rates are complicated. You need someone who knows this business in all ways, and I wouldn't be with Amber for 30 years unless I totally believed in her. Call today, 651-738-4811, and tell me you heard this spot from Chad on CCO.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Things are slow for southbound 35E as you make way past Roselawn, heading down to Maryland Avenue. Opens up only to slow again as you make way toward Victoria Street. There it is a slow ride to head down to West 7th Street. Keep yourself an extra 10 to 15 there. Eastbound 394, minor slowdowns past Dunwoody. Up on the north side, West 694 slows between Matterhorn and 252. East 694 at 252. Accident there just cleared out of the way, but still slows. Traffic slows through that area yet as you make way past Shingle Creek Parkway. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
For the best windows in the business that are made to order just for you, an array of styles, features that will fit your project and budget, only one way to go. My friends with Pella Windows and Doors, PellaNorthland.com. Tell me, heard this from Chad.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
All right, CCO forecast time brought to you by Pella Windows Northland. Let's get the latest from our friend, Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer.
Just a few clouds into the night tonight, 70 the overnight low. This is a very dry forecast. Plenty of sunshine with a high of 90 tomorrow. Sunny, 92 on Sunday. Unfortunately, you're going to start to feel that humidity again. It will be flat out hot and humid next week. Highs up near 94 Monday, Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday.
It's toasty out there right now. I don't care. I'm going to the Twins game tonight. I'm going to enjoy some sunshine. It's 88 and sunny on CCO.
Jason DeRusha.
You can't have people telling you 24/7 that you're great. You need people around you to say, hey, that's a bad idea.
On News Talk 830 WCCO.
City of St. Paul announced what I think is long overdue. The mayor is ordering the closure, the sweeping of homeless encampments in the city of St. Paul. There are, 100, 150, maybe 200 people living at Pig's Eye Park. And the question, you look at the policy and you're like, it's pretty, I think most of us say, look, we have tried to allow people to sort of create their own rules, have their own place. And it's led to safety concerns. There's been violence. There have been drug overdoses. There are also residents and neighbors who have a right to go to parks and not have needles all over the place, or have their kids walk to school and not have people who are unhoused. all over the place. But there is a practical concern too, like what, right? You clean these encampments, it can be sort of like whack-a-mole, like they pop up somewhere else or move somewhere here, or now they're coming into. So the question is, in this next couple of weeks, are there going to be beds? Are there going to be places for people? And are they going to take advantage of it? Let's bring in Sammy Watkins, who is with Union Gospel Mission, Twin Cities. Sammy is with us on the John Schuster Coldwell Banker Hotline. He is the director of chaplains, and he has been out visiting with some of the homeless people, and not just starting today. This has been a long process of trying to build relationships with people, really building up for this moment. Sammy, good to visit with you.
How's it going, Jason? Good to be here.
I'm glad to have you with us because I really want to understand from your perspective, kind of where are the folks, this 150 or so people at this Pig's Eye encampment, and this is the first encampment that's going to be shut down. But what's going to happen? Are there beds? Is there room for these homeless people when the city of St. Paul comes and sweeps this close?
So, Jason, a lot of people are asking that question right now, and we know that there are shelters and outreach organizations and resources from the county and faith-based ministries that are working together to respond to the need that will arise on August 5th. Here at the Union Gospel Mission, we will provide emergency shelter, meals, case management, spiritual care, recovery programming, Christ-centered pathways to long-term transformation. And so we're already gearing up to welcome any of those who would take shelter here at Union Gospel Mission. And as stated, we've been out there for about the last 4 years from Union Gospel, the chaplaincy department, building relationships. And so we plan to be there 2 days prior to the shutdown and on the day of to make Union Gospel Mission available to those who would take a ride. We'll have a couple vans there to move individuals if they would like to come shelter here or if they want to go into treatment. Right now, I'm hearing that there won't be any other pop-ups where we could relocate them to another encampment. So we'll go there and play by the rules and try to show these individuals that they're valued and show them dignity and respect and try to get them to a safe place.
Now, I know that Union Gospel Mission has expanded with some new beds that are available. The first expansion of the men's campus with 4 new emergency shelter dormitories. So that is going to help, right? But the reality is that these are complicated decisions. When you're out talking to folks, like, are they interested in going to a shelter, or what's your gut tell you as to what these folks are going to do?
So because the city is not relocating individuals to other encampments, I think there may be an increased number of individuals that are looking to come in for shelter. And as you stated, Union Gospel Mission is prepared right now with, we're still under renovation right now, but we do have the 4 new dorms. And so, Jason, this is not something that Union Gospel Mission alone will solve.
You can't take everybody.
Right, exactly. But the beautiful thing about these encampment closures, I've been privy to a few, is that you have a lot of different agencies. Like I say, you have faith-based organizations, you have the Heart Team, People Inc. You have people that will come out, and each one of us, with the resources that we can provide, will come out to provide those resources and hope to net a lot of those individuals and help them to get into safe housing and shelter.
When you try to build that trust, and I know some of our listeners are going to hear this and be like, give me a break. Like, we're looking at people who are living on the streets. Like, how much do you have to bend over backwards to try to help people? At the same time, like, there are people in different levels of distress or mental health challenges or substance abuse. Like, it's not just as easy as saying, hey, buddy, like, you get to the shelter. Like, it does take some work, doesn't it, for you to build that trust with folks?
And so, and you're absolutely correct. And the beautiful thing about it is, for your listeners, is to understand that behind every tent is a human being with a story, right? We don't want to lose sight of that. But we've built those relationships. The agencies that I've, kind of mentioned on this call have built relationships. And so now it's time to collect on that relational currency and hope that people will say, you know what, I'll give UGM a chance. I'll head over to Catholic Charities. I've been needing to get into treatment and to start to make those decisions now. And it's available. And so we're doing our part to go out and make these resources available. And all we can do is hope and pray that the Lord will lay on the hearts of some of those individuals to take us up on these services.
Sammy, when you talk to folks and they don't want to leave the encampment, they don't want to leave their tent, what are the reasons? Why don't they want to leave?
So various reasons. Some people have pets that they can't come into shelter with. Some individuals have relationships that they know will cause them to have to separate from that individual. Some people have untreated mental health illnesses that when they get into crowds, they start to act out in ways that, won't be tolerated in shelter. And so each person has a different story, a different reason for not wanting to come in. And so over the last 4 years, we've brought in 11 individuals. And right now, for the listeners, that might not sound like a lot, but these are people when we're out doing outreach and we built these relationships that when we stop at a tent, will say, you know what, today is the day, ask them, have you considered, coming in for shelter? I was thinking about it last night. And so, man, we'll spend a little extra time at that tent. And then lo and behold, this individual will say, yeah, today is the day. And for the chaplains, the outreach at that moment stops because somebody has decided that they want to come in and experience some shelter and maybe get some wraparound services and to start a new life where transformation can happen. And so when you look at it as a whole, it could seem overwhelming and your listeners might feel like, yeah, man, this is just a huge situation that we're not going to be able to solve. But when you look at it individual at a time, it doesn't seem so difficult. It isn't that hard once you put a name to a face and you've heard the story and you know this individual. It really changes the way you view homelessness and those individuals out in the encampments.
Sammy Watkins is the director of ministry, director of chaplains and outreach at Union Gospel Mission, Twin Cities. What, Sammy, is I'm sure as you think about this, there's a best case and a worst case scenario. What in your mind is the best case scenario of what happens when the city of St. Paul goes in a couple of weeks on August 5th and shuts it down?
Best case scenario is that many of the agencies that are operating in the Twin Cities, especially right here in the Ramsey County area, will show up. We'll be a united front. People will collect that relational currency on those relationships. And a lot of those individuals will come in for shelter. They'll be housed. And so that's my primary prayer here at Union Gospel Mission and the chaplains team that I work with each and every day. And that's why we'll be there on the day of that closing with a couple vans and, again, leveraging those relationships to say, man, we're here for you. We want to see life transformation happen for you.
Yeah, that's the difference, right? It's not just about a bed. It's about that opportunity that comes then with that first night in the shelter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sammy Watkins, I appreciate you and your team and all the work you do. It is, when you hear it, you're like years of one-on-one outreach to try to get folks to turn their life around. It's quite an effort, and I'm grateful that you're out there doing it. Thanks, Sammy.
All right. Thank you for having me today, Jason.
It's a complicated issue. Really is. It's hard to understand if you've never been there or you've never seen it, where you're like, how much work do you have to put in for people who are choosing to not change their environment? And you can have a different perspective on how much choice are they making when you're in the throes of addiction or you're in the throes of mental health challenge. But at a certain point, I do think we have leaned a little too hard on the rights of people who are in those challenges and not enough on the rights of people who are not and also have a right to use the parks and use their neighborhoods. It's a tough one. We're rooting for St. Paul that it works out and that it doesn't just scatter people to different locations. 3:48, we're going to break. In a minute, a text exchange that I just had with a famous Minnesota resident about a very controversial issue. That in minutes here on CCO.
Drive Time with DeRusha. Tuned up and rolling. Thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington.
Shopping for insurance is nobody's idea of fun. Well, I shouldn't say that. It is some people's idea of fun, and it's the 50 people who work on your behalf at the Canopy Group. It's Jason here. Doesn't sound like fun for me to comparison shop my home and auto insurance situation with, say, 16 different insurance companies. Looking up 16 websites, trying to check reviews, trying to see who has a good coverage, good reputation, who's not going to leave me hanging out to dry if I need to file a claim. But it does sound like fun to Kyle and the whole team at the Canopy Group because that is what they do. And in fact, they've pre-vetted those 16 companies. So when you call today, they already have these 16 awesome companies. They're just going to mix and match and get you the best coverage at the best price. 800-967-3389. I called just that number a couple years ago. They saved me and my family $800+ on my home and auto insurance in the first year, and then they double check year after year after year to make sure you're getting the best coverage at the best price. Makes nothing but sense. I don't know why you're waiting. Reach out at thecanopygroup.com.
You can do this. Why? Because no one cares more about your money than you. Right now, many have concerns about their retirement, their investments. Are these mutual funds a poor investment? Did you know that with the average fees of 2%, you could be missing out on upwards of half of your potential retirement dollars? That's pretty high for management, especially when 75% of these funds underperform the market. At Trading Academy, our mission is to empower you to take control of your investments. Text investing to 210-210. Take control of your financial future. Maybe it's to just have a better conversation with your broker. Sign up for a free investing class, local classrooms, one-on-one mentoring, how to protect your investments against inflation. Text investing to 210-210 or go to learnwithota.com.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Summer is here and you need more room for your kids or grandkids and all their stuff. It's Jason DeRusha for Luther Kia of Bloomington. We're in the middle of the summer sticker sales event. 0% on all Sportages and Sorrentos. Specially marked vehicles have $750 bonus cash too. Best cars for the money on the market. It's not just me saying it. It's U.S. News and World Report. Check out their brand new facility. Luther Kia of Bloomington now open at 35W and 494. Luther Kia of Bloomington.com.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Slow down this place. South 94 is moved past Plymouth Avenue into the Lowry Hill Tunnel. West 94 slows up as you make way past Huron Boulevard heading into the Lowry Hill Tunnel there. Traveling 494, get ready for slowdowns both directions between Highway 100 and Lindell Avenue. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
With a well-designed will, trust, and estate plan, you can have peace of mind. Choose Matt Gutman of Gutman Law to give yourself peace of mind. Call him now, 612-895-1616 at gutmanlaw.com. Gutman Law, peace of mind today for tomorrow.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
It's going to be a beautiful night. Maybe a little warm, but it's July. It's summer. Works for me. Partly cloudy. Low will be 70. First pitch, by the way, Twins tonight, 84. 84 is great. And then there's wrestling.
I was going to say, first pitch, 84. What's going to be the temperature at bell time?
Bell time, about 78.
Perfect.
Perfect wrestling weather. Am I going to be participating in the wrestling?
Who knows? You better stick around for it, though.
That's right. That's right. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 90. That's too many degrees. Sunday, 92. It's going to be hot next week, too. Get used to it. Right now, it is 86 in Woodbury on CCO.
You're listening to Drive Time with DeRusha.
I feel like you're wasting my time talking about something that I wasn't a part of. We're like the most intellectually bankrupt. This is just terrible.
On News Talk 830 WCCO.
Did you see that Taylor Swift? We're playing a little Taylor Swift. She paid already for the police overtime in New York City. $160,000 she paid the city for her wedding.
Which is great. I mean, that's, couch cushion money for her, but
I mean, and that's it doesn't matter, right? Like,
it's good that she did it.
It's couch cushion money.
It is.
I know.
Her?
So what? Doesn't matter. It's about doing the right
Well,
thing.
it's not like I'm saying it's not like it's, was something that hurt her in
burden.
any way, shape, or form. But she stepped up and
how many people would do it?
That's just it.
Right.
Right.
And paid already.
Both of those can be true.
You wonder if she either has the smartest people running her business, or is this just this is the directive from her? Like,
what do they always say?
The right thing and we do it early.
Culture comes from the top down.
Yeah, I think so. She deserves the credit for it.
100%.
If she has a business manager that is leading this stuff, that person is very smart.
Yes.
Right? Because doesn't it look good? Today,
absolutely.
The mayor of New York is having a news conference. All right, before the break, I promised a text message I was exchanging.
Yes.
So last night I was at Plates and Playmakers, a charity event that had a bunch of awesome chefs from the Twin Cities raising money to fight hunger. They had celebrities like Paul Molitor was there, Kent Herbeck, Brock Faber, and for some poor people, they got stuck at a table with me. What a disappointment.
All the tables we could have been at were with this guy.
And I was just apologizing. I'm sorry.
Was Brock bespectacled?
He was, yeah.
Perfect.
My table, when they introduced me, stood up and gave a standing ovation because it was so good. So Andrew Zimmern was one of the key people involved in this. And Andrew and I were talking, and it came out through this conversation that I like to wear my robe around the apartment. And my wife volunteered that I have mowed the lawn.
Yeah.
In my robe.
Which you have.
And in fact, once I was trimming tree limbs in my robe. This morning, Alyssa asked me to take the trash out because there was something in the apartment that smelled a little
funky.
So I'm like, sure, take the trash out. Robe in effect. So we're in an apartment now. I don't know what's worse, walking down the hall of the apartment building in the robe or walking out or mowing the lawn in the robe in my neighborhood. I don't know.
In honor of North Star's legend, Dino Cicerelli, the key context is what was under the robe.
Oh, there was nothing under that robe.
When you're mowing the lawn?
Danger is my middle name. I'm not afraid.
No, everybody else is afraid.
Who's going to see it? Who's getting that close? Well, a strong breeze could have been an issue. So I recorded myself taking the trash out in the robe.
Because of course you did.
And texted that to Andrew Zimmern, who just responded that he has a new screensaver now.
Yeah, he does. Do you ever like take a step back and just look at your life for a minute?
No one saw me in the hall this morning, so it was fine.
God.
What's the big deal? Why is it like all right to go out wearing like a crop top and booty shorts, and it's some big scandal that I'm wearing a bathrobe? 80% of my body is covered up when I'm wearing a robe. Why is this anybody's business? Who cares?
Tie it a little tighter, make it 95.
Can't this be my one quirk? Can't it just be my one thing? Jason's the robe guy. And I got a beautiful watch on while I'm doing it, thanks to Continental Diamond, where the time check is 3:58.
Talking construction law today with Blake Nelson, an attorney from Hellmuth & Johnson. Blake, why is having the right legal support so important?
One delay, one payment issue, or one contract mistake can put an entire project at risk and be the difference between making and losing money. In Minnesota, contract terms, timing, and documentation matter.
How does Hellmuth & Johnson help?
We help contractors, subcontractors, and property owners protect their rights, get paid, and keep projects moving.
Learn more at hjlawfirm.com. Hellmuth & Johnson, on your side, at your side, for all your construction law needs.
Milo's Money Days are here, and we're making it rain for rewards members. For the first time ever, when you make a purchase of $200 or more through July 12th, you'll get up to $30 back in extra Milo's money. Not a member yet? Join for free today, because members get more at Lowe's. Milo's Money Award varies based on status. Members in Gold get 30, Silver get 20, and Bronze get 10. Milo's Money valid for 30 days. Restrictions and more terms at Lowe's.com/Milo's Money Days.
What's news? What's noise? Discover the difference here. News Talk 830 WCCO 1029 HD2 Minneapolis St. Paul.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. Breaking news in a post on X. Graham Plattner shared his letter to the Maine Secretary of State's office, the Democrat officially withdrawing from the state Senate race. Plattner dogged by accusations of abuse from women, which he denies. More reaction to this week's fatal shooting of a Mexican national by a federal immigration officer in Houston, claiming self-defense. A man the Department of Homeland Security says was not the original target. Houston Mayor John Whitmire.
We're not settling to wait for an FBI report. For all we know, could take a year. We want answers.
The man's family disputes. ICE claims that he used his vehicle to hit the unmarked car with federal agents inside. Mexican officials say they will file criminal complaints over deaths of its citizens in ICE custody or as part of immigration enforcement. The several days-long preliminary hearing for the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk, the conservative activist, is over until September 1st. Prosecutors aim to show they have enough evidence against Tyler Robinson to go to trial. September 1st will be the final arguments. Until then, the lawyers will be working on their legal briefs. Where storms have caused flooding in the Midwest and East, emergency responders are looking for 10 to 17 people in the water after a building collapsed at a campground in Missouri, according to local officials. ABC News Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z.
In Iron and Reynolds County, Missouri, they've got people needing rescue at campgrounds. They've had 6 to 10 inches of rainfall in just a couple of hours. So what's happening here, we have training thunderstorms, meaning they're rolling over the exact same area over and over again. So if you've already had 6 to 10, and now you're going to try to add 3 to 5 inches, that's a big problem.
European Union demanding Facebook parent company Meta dismantle features it says make Facebook and Instagram addictive to users. You're listening to ABC News.
Minnesota's trusted voice every hour. Let's get you caught up with what's happening now on News Talk 830 WCCO.
Mostly cloudy, 85 degrees at 4:02. I'm Laura Oakes. Former Ramsey County Attorney Susan Gertner defending a decades-old plea deal for sex offender Tulu Vang following national backlash over his recent pardon. This after Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced today the federal government had revoked Vang's legal status and deported him. Gertner tells WCCO's Chad Hartman in cases like this, prosecutors often accept probation deals when young victims face intense pressure from their families not to testify.
Without the victim's cooperative testimony, you end up in a situation where either you give up, I can't prove the case, I have to dismiss it, or possibly, which probably is what happened here, we're going to accept something far less than what we think is appropriate.
Well, Gertner says she was surprised the state pardoned Vang. She also criticized federal authorities for quickly deporting him, calling it political theater. State highway safety officials and motorcycle advocates at the state capitol today calling attention to the staggering number of motorcycle fatalities on state roads this year. 37 riders have been killed so far compared to 24 at this time last year. They're calling on all riders and motorists to slow down, stay off their phones, and be extra aware while driving. The fire situation in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness appears to be getting worse. As hot and dry conditions persist and wildfires continue, the Forest Service is closing a large portion of the BWCA at midnight tonight. For areas that do remain open, a campfire ban also takes effect at midnight. Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeves celebrating after breaking the WNBA's record for most regular season wins. Following the historic 380th victory on Wednesday, players surprised their head coach in the locker room with an impromptu confetti-filled reception. Reeve later described the post-game scene as the best party she has ever attended.
That was really exciting. It was lit. I ate all the way down. So it was great.
In other sports, Minnesota Timberwolves announcing today the team has re-signed guard Ayo Dosunmu, and longtime Minnesota Twins broadcaster Dick Bremer is being inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame this weekend. Finally, the Minneapolis Textile Center is hosting its third annual Slow Fashion Sale this weekend.
If you're looking for a one-of-a-kind item, this is the place to be. But we wondered, first of all, what is a slow fashion sale?
Everything in here was donated by members of our community, and all of it was either made by them or someone they know.
Erin Husted is operations manager.
Some of it was creatively upcycled or mended, and so you might find pieces in here like a t-shirt from Target, but then someone dyed it and made it their own.
She says in the 3 years they've held the sale, it's tripled in size, attracting all kinds of customers, including Lawrence Hutera, a local actor and singer.
What are you wearing right now? Well, this is a kimono, which I'm not going to get because it's too long.
It is a bit long.
Yeah.
Susie Jones, News Talk 830 WCCO.
And WCCO News Time is 4:05.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
North 169 is approach I-94. Stalled vehicle in the right lane now. Moved off to the right shoulder, but the slowdowns do continue as you come up from Rockford Road, 494 northbound. Seeing some slowdowns into the Fish Lake interchange. Over on the east side of the Metro, South 35E, its slowdowns are in place as you move past Jefferson, heading down to the work zone at Shepherd Road. 494 westbound, watching some slowing there. Lindale heading out to France Avenue. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
Hungry? Go to Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Egan for real Texas barbecue. All meats smoked fresh in-house daily. You can dine in, take out, have it delivered, or have your event catered anywhere in the metro. Just go to Dickeys.com. Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Egan, the Twin Cities catering leader.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Brought to you by Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Egan, the Twin Cities catering leader. Find them at Dickeys.com. Here's WCCO TV Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer.
A very summer-like vibe for the next several days. Will only cool back to 70 tonight with a partly cloudy sky. Plenty of sunshine this weekend. A high of 90 tomorrow. You'll start to feel the humidity again. It will be hot and humid on Sunday. Sunshine with a high of 92. Still looks like the hottest days will be Monday, Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday, with highs in the mid-90s.
Mostly cloudy right now, 85 at News Talk 830 WCCO.
Hot topics, cool conversations. News Talk 830 WCCO. Good questions. Topics you'll probably talk about at dinner. Places to go for dinner. This is the Ride Home Reimagined. Welcome to Drive Time with DeRusha. Thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington. Now, here's Jason DeRusha.
I need contestants. Oh, do I need contestants to play Card DeSharks? 651-461-9226. Always love new contestants. We'll take repeat contestants as well at 651-461-9226. Dan gets to pick whoever he wants. So that's sort of how this works. It's not like first caller. It's whoever he wants. That's the beauty. That is the one piece of power that the producer of this show really has, right? Well, the second is he controls my microphone. Exactly. It's exactly like that. We are playing for $50 at Jester Concepts. And this week I posted a social media video at Jester Concepts that showed an epic cheese pull. Epic cheese pull at Parlor. They just redid Parlor in the North Loop. They added a happy hour. So you can get happy hour. Everything on a happy hour menu is $10 at Parlor North Loop. And they do it every day, 4 to 6 p.m. every day. So even on the weekend, that's pretty cool. So after work, pop on over to Parlor, get a $10 cocktail or a $10 glass of wine or $10 Parlor burger slider. Pretty cool stuff. So the winner with a $50 gift card, you're going to get 5 happy hour items. That's how that works. Pretty good. We've got our contestants. The cards are dealt. Dan's got the theme music ready to go. Kristen Olson wrote a poem. Let's play Card DeSharks. Streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Cheryl Reeve has found her voice. As best Minnesota coach ever, we all rejoice. And though Jason has chosen yet another break on Monday and Tuesday, like nothing's at stake, it is still Friday, to which we look forward to play Card DeSharks. You may get rewarded on Card DeSharks. All right, Jack in Stillwater, you are our first contestant. Jack, happy Friday. How are you?
Thanks. Doing terrific.
Excellent. Stillwater is one of my absolute favorite cities in the entire state of Minnesota. Have you lived there your whole life, or what is your Stillwater story?
No, we, my wife and I are from Rochester, lived in Woodbury for almost 30 years after college, and then got towards retirement and decided we wanted to get a little out of suburbia, and so we live just north of Stillwater and love it.
It's so great. You got the river right there, beautiful sort of landscape out there, but downtown Stillwater is pretty fun. Good people out there too. So good luck. Good luck in our game today. You are competing against Russell, who joins us from Wisconsin. Russell, how are you?
Doing good.
You're a Wisconsin resident, are you a Brewers fan and a Packers fan then?
Packers fan, yes. Brewers fan, I really don't follow them.
Not a baseball guy?
Nope.
Yeah. It is funny to me. It's got to be weird when you live right across the state line and like all the media is based in Minneapolis, and so you feel a little left out maybe as a Packer backer.
Not really.
No? All right. That's good.
I can rub it into the guys at work all the time.
I mean, you have the ultimate trump card in that scenario because, of course, the Minnesota Vikings are 0-4-4 when it comes to Super Bowls. So, not great. Not great. All right, let's go. Jack and Russell, here's how we play our game. We start with a survey question with an answer between 1 and 100. Jack's going to go first. Jack's going to give me a number, and then Russell will say higher or lower, and whoever's right gets control of the card. So here we go. Jack, the question to you. It is a very warm weekend on tap and a warm week as well. Have we hit 100 yet this year? I don't think so, but we're going to be close over the next couple of days. This is a question about air conditioning. We asked 100 Americans, do you have air conditioning in your home? How many Americans said, yes, I have air conditioning in my home. Do you have air conditioning, Jack?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What do you think? How many out of 100 Americans have air conditioning in their home?
I will say 70%.
70% says Jack. Russell, do they have air conditioning in Wisconsin? I'm not sure if that's a right. No, I'm just.
No, we just pack all the snow and save it.
How many Americans do you? Well, Jack said 70. You don't have to give a number. You just get to say higher or lower than 70.
That's a good number he shot out there. Go higher.
Russell goes higher. The actual percentage of Americans who have air conditioning in their homes is 90%. It is.
Oh, wow.
How about that? Almost everybody has some form of AC in their home. And Russell, that is good news for you. You get control of the cards. If you're a video fan, we are streaming the game live on our WCCO Radio YouTube channel and our WCCO Radio Facebook page. So you can watch Jack and Russell play our game. But Russell, do you want the red cards or the blue cards?
Blue.
All right, Russell goes blue. You also get to see this really tropical shirt that I'm wearing today. It's quite aggressive. Quite aggressive. Russell, your first card is a 5. You start with a 5. You got the question right. You can change the card if you'd like, or just call it higher or lower than a 5.
Higher.
All right, higher than a 5. It is higher. It's a jack. Yes.
Ooh.
All right, you're on that jack. You can freeze at any time if you want to protect your progress and lock jack out, but a jack is pretty good. Higher or lower than a jack?
Let's go lower.
Lower than a jack. It is a 6. It is lower than a jack, and you are cooking. Cooking. All right, you're on that 6. What to do with a 6? Russell in Wisconsin. He's going for higher than a 6. It is. It's a jack. It is higher. And oh my goodness, we're in a scenario here, Russell. You got one card separating you from that $50 gift card at Jester Concepts at any of the restaurants. If you're right, you win. If you're wrong, all of your progress gets wiped out. You can freeze if you want, or, I could drag this out, but why? Why drag it out? Russell, you get to make the call. You want to go higher, lower, or freeze?
Lower.
All right, Russell going for it. For $50 at Jester Concepts. Is it lower than a jack? Oh no, it's a king.
Oh no.
It's a king. It's a king. And I have to take all of these cards away. The good news is, Jack, you get a free shot. And the people can watch this and know I'm not just torturing you, Russell, because you told me you're a Packers fan, but I do feel a little better about it knowing that. Is that wrong? Jack, you get a free shot at the cards. You have a 7 is your opener. Not a great shot.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It's a free play. So what the heck? Higher or lower than a jack? Or than a 7? Just
a 7. Let's try higher.
All right, higher than a 7. It is a 5. Not higher. And all of that action for nothing. So what we're going to do is take a break. It's 4:16. We take a break, and that lets me deal out some fresh cards. Good game, Jack and Russell. The Jack Russell Show continues. Card DeSharks after that.
Drive Time with DeRusha is fueled by Luther Kia of Bloomington. Always online at lutherkiaofbloomington.com.
Has Chris Lindahl ever turned over a bad card like that? I don't think so. It's Jason here for the Arms Wide Out Real Estate King, my buddy Chris Lindahl. Now, we're in the thick of summer. It should be go, go, go when it comes to selling homes, but Chris has been telling me that it's been nothing but struggles on the real estate market, on the open market anyway. And why is that? It's because our housing market is sort of stuck. Not enough people moving up. Not enough people listing homes at the price ranges that people are looking for. And it's a whole lot of stress. If you need to sell a house, you really need to take a good look at chrislindahl.com and get the free Smart Seller Guide right at the top of the page. This will help you decide if going through the open market makes most sense or going with a guaranteed cash offer is for you. And let me tell you, more and more Minnesotans are taking that cash offer. They don't want the stress. They don't want the headaches. They don't want the uncertainty. They give all of that to Chris, and they just take a bucket of money. Here's your money. Chris can get you to closing in as little as 2 days. Can you do that on the open market? I don't think so. See if it makes sense for you. It's worth asking the question. There's no obligation. Get to chrislindahl.com. Get a guaranteed cash offer. You say yes, you are getting a big red check.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Sniff the difference.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Steering you through what matters. Drive Time with DeRusha. Tuned up and rolling thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington.
Great crowd in the chat on our YouTube channel at WCCO Radio. Part of the fun of this show is we stream video live every day. You can check it out at the WCCO Radio YouTube channel, where you should give us a like or a follow or whatever it is that you do on YouTube. What is it? I mean, I shouldn't be so ignorant, Dan. I'm the one who's like editing.
On YouTube, you like, you subscribe, you share. You can do
all of those things.
All those things. By the way, we did research during the break. Minnesota has not hit 100 degrees of air temperature as of yet this year. Obviously, heat index has gone above 100.
Sure.
But not in terms of air temperature. So will that streak be broken this week? We will find out.
It's true. Do you like a record? Do you like a big hundo? Right now,
No.
the 5-day has there are no 100s.
Yeah, no, too hot.
I just feel like if you're going to get to 97 is sort of a pansy temperature.
No, it's too hot.
Like, go to 100. It's 3 more degrees.
So what?
You can't even tell the difference because it's fun. It's fun. And
What's
then,
fun about sweating that much?
No. I think our callers will agree with us. Our two competitors in Car DeSharks. I mean, am I right about this, Jack and Russell? Like, it's just fun. If it's going to be 97, you may as well go to 100. What's the difference?
Yeah, you know what? Too hot's too hot.
Well, that's how I guess so. Can I argue with that? I guess I can. We just had an epic collapse of the cards for both of our players, which just means we get we get another question. And this one goes to you, Russell, in Wisconsin. Russell competing against Jack. Here we go. Russell, this is a question about what you do when you first wake up in the morning. What do you do when you first wake up is the question. The answers, you think of the possible answers. There are many. One of the answers is make some coffee. Coffee and morning sort of go together. They do for me. How many of the 100 people we asked said the first thing they do when they wake up is make some coffee? You a coffee drinker, Russell?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's the first thing. I mean, this morning, I made coffee before I brushed my teeth. Yeah, coffee was probably the first thing I did this morning. How about you?
Oh, yeah. Well, so the question is, who makes coffee?
No. The question is, what is the first thing you do when you wake up? What is the first thing you do when you wake up? How many people said the first thing I do when I wake up is make coffee?
Oh, wow.
A little tricky. Not everybody drinks coffee. Not everybody makes coffee, right? So how many said they make coffee?
Sure that they do.
They do, yes.
I'll go 35.
35, says Russell. Jack, you a coffee guy?
Yeah, I used to work for Starbucks.
Ah, how about that? Do you still make Starbucks coffee at home, or do you make something else?
Oh, no. I retired from there, so I get a free pound of coffee every week for the rest of my life.
Real? Wow. That's pretty cool. That's a great benefit.
Monday's highlight, Jason resigns to go work for Starbucks.
Right? That sounds phenomenal. Well, Russell said 35 people say the first thing they do when they wake up is make coffee. Do you think the actual number is higher or lower?
Yeah, well, I think I remember, it was a while ago, but about 2/3 of American adults drink coffee. So I'd have to say it's higher than that number.
Jack says higher. The actual number, who said the first thing they do when they wake up is make coffee, is 37. It is just a little higher. Russell, your guess was tremendous. But I think there are a lot of people who don't drink coffee, maybe. The next closest answer to that was brush your teeth. But I like to now there's some conflicting advice on that. I like to make coffee first and then brush my teeth. But I've been reading a bunch of articles about the right way to brush your teeth. And why have I been reading that? I don't know. But the right way to brush your teeth is to brush right when you wake up, even if you're going to eat or drink coffee or whatever. So the bacteria, it's like, you know what? My view is if you're brushing your teeth, you're probably doing better than most. So let's not overthink it. All right, Jack, you get control of the cards. You're on the red cards. You have a 7. You have the right to change that card if you would like to, because you got the question right. What do you say? Do you want to change it?
Yes, please. Change the card.
All right. The 7 is gone, and a 4 is the card. That's a nice change. Higher or lower than a 4?
Let's try higher.
Higher than a 4? It's a 2. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. What is with these cards today? Russell, you get a free shot. You're on a 5. What do you want to do? Higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher than a 5. It's a queen. It is higher.
Ooh.
Higher or lower than a queen?
What do you think? Which way should I go? Let's go lower.
All right. Lower than a queen. It's a 10. It is lower. And now what do you want to do? 2 cards separate you from victory on that 10. Russell.
Lower.
Russell in Wisconsin. Lower than a 10. It is a 7. It is lower.
Let's wrap this thing up and go higher.
All right. He's going for it. Is it higher than a 7 for the win? It's an ace. It is higher. Oh my gosh. I was nervous. We were going to have to warn our affiliates that this thing is going to go another half hour, but you got it done. Russell running the table there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jack, you were terrific.
Yeah.
You just ran into some nasty cards today. I'm so glad you.
Yeah, I guess I know what it's like when the Vikings lose the border battle.
This was sort of the border battle, wasn't it? Stillwater against Wisconsin. Jack, enjoy your retirement. Enjoy that coffee, and thanks for calling in and playing. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Russell, you stay on the line. Dan's going to get your contact information, and we'll get that
All right.
$50 Jester Concept gift card in the mail to you early next week. Pretty good stuff. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, and thanks to the team at Jester Concepts for their support. Don't forget about the new happy hour at Parlor 4 to 6 in the North Loop.
I'd just like to point out I had absolutely nothing to do with shuffling of the cards today.
This was me
because
today.
that how that played out is usually what happens when I end up shuffling the cards. So this was not on me.
I take the blame. I will take the blame. But also, I had to flip the cards, write the. I mean,
You were doing double duty, man. You were doing it all.
A lot of work. Thanks, Laura Oakes.
We're just glad you weren't doing it in a robe.
Maybe someday I should. You got Susie Jones doing some story in the news where talking to, what are you wearing? And this guy's wearing a kimono. What's so different about me and my robe?
Lots.
In a minute, it's National French Fry Day. I want to know your best French fries in Minnesota. Where's your favorite fries and your favorite kind of fry? Is it crinkle? Is it curly? Is it hand cut? We'll get into it when Drive Time continues on this Friday here on CCO.
Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
In life, we all know those sounds that lead to panic, the sounds that lead to, oh no. Maybe it's the pop of an outlet that just keeps resetting. Maybe it's the drain backing up or the toilet that's leaking or the lights that are flickering. And right away, you're like, oh, no. When you have an oh, no moment, I want you to call Randy's Electric and Plumbing. It's Jason. So proud to tell the story of Randy's, great local company. They've been doing this for more than 20 years. They have been solving the oh, no moment and making people feel so much better, right? These aren't fun moments. They're stressful. But the team at Randy's will make it as easy as possible because they have licensed professionals. They show up prepared. They're fully stocked so they can do these repairs right away. They'll give you your options very clearly, give you honest pricing before the work begins. That's a big deal for me, and I know it is for you too. Same-day repairs, sort of a must, right? When you're dealing with that oh no moment, Randy's has you covered. 2-hour arrival windows and alerts when your technician's on the way too, so you know that help is coming. When you have that oh no moment hitting your home, don't panic. Don't panic. Think of this. Think of this message. You know what to do. Call Randy's.com. Call Randy's Electric and Plumbing.
Ah, the soundtrack of summer in Minnesota. The soundtrack of summer in Minnesota has to include the sound of Minnesota, as heard every day on your Minnesota original. News Talk 830 WCCO.
All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Is life insurance still on your list from earlier this year? Now is the perfect time to just get it done. A buddy told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I added this to my list this year and got it done. I called SelectQuote and was shocked at how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $18 a month. My wife's also 40 and her $5,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, no medical exam was required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Checking this off my list felt great, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-5858 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-5858. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-280-5858. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic, could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did, they gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
And some song traveling Cedar South has moved down from 494 heading toward the River Bridge. Traveling 394 eastbound. Not a bad ride as you come in from Highway 100. Traveling East 94 through St. Paul. Get ready for some slowdowns there. And North 52 as you move across Lafayette Bridge. A bit sluggish as well. Terry Peterson, New Talk ATL, WCCO.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
All right, let's go. It's the weekend. It's forecast time. It's our friend Chris Schaefer.
Just a few clouds into the night tonight, 70 the overnight low. This is a very dry forecast. Plenty of sunshine with a high of 90 tomorrow. Sunny, 92 on Sunday. Unfortunately, you're going to start to feel that humidity again. It will be flat out hot and humid next week. Highs up near 94 Monday, Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday.
94, not 100. I'm not impressed with these mid-90s, I'll tell you that much. 86 and mostly cloudy in Minneapolis on CC.
You're listening to Drive Time with DeRusha.
The words they used were confusing, intimidating, overwhelming, taking over the world.
On News Talk 830 WCCO.
Baby, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it when we fight and
I do think if there's one sort of unhealthy food that I freaking love, it's French fries, man. French fries, there was a time before I joined Livia that and this is serious, that my weight loss plan was that I was going to cut out French fries.
How'd that work out for you?
I don't think I was eating a significant enough amount of French fries for that to be the game changer. I do love them, though. Today is National French Fry Day. I do think McDonald's French fries, it's still the king. Is it the best French fry in Minnesota? I have two French fries that I like better. What is your favorite place for French fries? 651-461-9226. Jonathan says his favorite are the sweet potato fries from Whole Foods. Now, sweet potato fries, it's a tricky scenario, right? They're trying to trick you. They're trying to make you feel like it's better for you. Do we think, are sweet potato fries better than regular fries?
As in qualitatively better or better
but
for
do
you?
You think they're healthier?
I think they are, but only by a small margin.
Sweet potatoes are packed with beta carotene, vitamin A, and potassium. Now, white potatoes, though, packed with vitamin C and iron. Sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic index. If you remember when that was all the rage, isn't that sort of South Beach diet thing? Glycemic index. I did that one too. South Beach diet. You name it. Probably tried it. Calories and carb counts are often identical. I just like the flavor of a sweet potato fry, but given the choice, I would go for regular fry, I think. Joe Smith on YouTube says Red Cow truffle fries. Those are very good. Andrew says the fries at Nordstrom Cafe at Mall of America. I've never had the Mall of America Nordstrom Cafe fries. My number one is McDonald's.
I would agree with that.
Because consistent.
Yeah.
Perfect salt, crispy, skinny, so you get that crunch. Now, I will say the State Fair fresh French fry.
Also very high on the list.
Very high on my list. My current champion of year-round availability, besides McDonald's, is a place called Le Burger in Linden Hills. The Le Burger.
We serve burgers, but let's make it sound pretentious.
You add the Le
Burger.
Ellie Burger, 4304. The fries, the way they do the fries is so the people who own this joint are like real chefs. And so, they chef it up, but the fries, if I remember right, like the fries, it's like a multiple day process. I don't know. I referred to the fries there as creamy.
Oh, is this the one that your kid and its friends were mocking you for?
That's correct. Yeah.
I remember that story.
My kids, so I had an Instagram video where I called these fries creamy.
Right.
And as you might imagine, 17 and 18-year-old boys at Maple Grove High School thought Sam's dad describing fries as creamy was embarrassing.
Was mid.
Cringe, perhaps. But who got the last laugh? Those kids went to Le Burger and it confirmed my analysis of the fries. Joe adds, Le Burger is elite. I think what he meant is Le Elite. Texters firing it in. And we got a caller too, right? Let's go to Jeff at 651-461-9226. Best fries, Jeff?
State Fair. The fresh fries stand at State Fair.
It's
so
good.
There's another company out there called Miller's, and they have food trailers. They're like semi-trailers.
Right.
And I think their main line of business is they go to county fairs, but they show up at the Walmart parking lot a few times a year in St. Cloud.
Yep.
And theirs are just as good.
Wow. That's high praise.
I hope I don't have to change my name to Benedict Jeff, but I'm afraid Val's has slipped into second place because of that.
They're going to kick you right out of the Sauk Rapids, St. Cloud area with that sort of.
Oh, I might be excommunicated from 3 counties. Sure.
I will say, we were just at Val's, and they're good. They're good. They're good plus. They're top tier fries, but not, to me, they're not quite top 10, I would say. Not quite.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. 651-461-9226.
Now, where do you stand on the curly fry?
I freaking love the curly fry. I love it.
I do on occasion.
Is it overcooked?
Well, I don't know about overcooked. I just think that you get tired. I get tired of it real fast
because the seasoning.
Once in a while, it's a nice little change of pace, but not too often. And I sort of feel similarly about the waffle fry.
Waffle fry is an interesting one. It's a great vessel for scooping up sour cream and chive type dip.
No.
No, it's not.
No, I mean you can. I would never do that.
You would never dip.
Not in sour cream.
Ketchup?
Yes.
French onion dip?
No.
honey mustard?
Nope.
Mayonnaise?
No.
Aioli?
I don't even know what that is. I'm pretty sure that's not even a thing. I think chefs just made up that word.
Aioli is a thing. It's just It's just fancy. It's just fancy.
Yeah, it's something they just made up.
Fancy mayonnaise.
They sound fancy. I get it. That's fine.
Now, my friend Vincent Quinn has just relayed a message to me. And Vincent's favorite French fries are the waffle fries from Lord Fletcher's on Lake Minnetonka. I do think everything tastes better at Lord Fletcher's.
Probably.
Because
you're on the lake surrounded by beautiful people. It's kind of hard for stuff to taste bad.
The waffle fries are good. I feel like it is some sort of sour cream type dip. There's some kind of, I don't know, there's some kind of dip.
Jonathan correctly points out curly fries are too hard for ketchup. You can't
That's
do
true.
ketchup on curly fries.
And sometimes, so I had a funny circumstance this weekend where I was at a friend's house for dinner, and he had also invited Ann Kim, the chef behind Pizza Lola and Hello Pizza. And Ann Kim remarked that she had never had Arby's in her life.
That doesn't surprise me.
And so my friend Sonny, well, it's only a little surprising in that she was an actor before she's not that fancy.
No, it's not about being fancy. I would be.
But she was an actor.
Most chefs had eaten at Arby's.
I always wanted to do a bit with chefs where they would tell us their favorite fast food. Because often your restaurant closes and there's no other restaurant.
I mean, can you imagine
fast
Gavin Kaysen at the Arby's drive-thru? I can't picture it.
I wonder what his fast food go-to is.
I don't know.
It's probably some.
I think your next article for Minnesota Monthly just wrote itself.
It's pretty good. The curly fry, but we DoorDash some Arby's
so that she could try.
So she got to try it.
Good.
She thought it was good.
Yeah.
But the curly fry, the problem is every once in a while, if you get a small fry, you may end up with one fry. You pull that slinky out of the thing, and a lot of love for waffle.
I'm going to go slightly off the board here with this question.
Okay.
But where are you at on poutine? French fries with some sort of gravy thing on top of it.
I don't love it because
it's too much.
What I like with French fries is I like the crunch and the creamy. What I love about fresh French fries at the State Fair is the same thing I like about La Burger. La Burger cooks their fries 3 times. So they hand cut them, then they cook them, and then they freeze them, and then they cook them again, and then they cook them again. So you're kind of cooking them from the inside out. So it's cooked. It still tastes like potato. And then the outside should be that crunch. That's what I want.
Okay.
Is that too much? Did I ruin fries?
No, you don't think you ruin fries. It just seems a little labor intensive for something like French fries, you know?
Well, and McDonald's does it with just a frozen French fry, and it's great.
It's fantastic.
Like the other fries that I think are really good, Meritage in St. Paul has killer fries. They're very skinny, almost McDonald's-like fries. La Belle Vie in Minneapolis used to be many people's favorite fries. Same bit. It was frozen. Not labor intensive at all. Honestly, hand cut, sometimes it goes south. Like too starchy.
Five Guys?
Five Guys is a good hand cut fry.
I'm not a fan.
Too soggy? Too many in the bag?
It tends to be too soggy.
It's because it's just too many in the bag.
Is it that, or is it they do peanut oil there, don't they?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, maybe that has an effect, is what I'm saying.
Malone's waffle fries, 12 out of 10, says Josh.
I have experienced Malone's waffle fries.
Those are good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Ore-Ida tater tots. Now, tater tots are not fries.
They're not French fries, though.
And given the choice, tots or fries, what do you pick?
Probably tots.
I also go tots.
Tots, yeah.
But the reason I think is it's the uniqueness, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Again, that's something for me, again, like curly fries or waffle fries, it's not the usual. So, yeah, it's a nice little treat.
Texters at 651-461-9226. Jerry loves Wendy's skin on fries.
I don't think I've ever eaten at Wendy's in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I have.
That is my fast food sort of like I still remember after Alyssa had Seth at North Memorial Hospital, we drove home on 81, and our first meal was the spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's. Mm.
So your enduring memory of the birth of your first child.
That spicy chicken.
Not the glow of your wife as she has given birth to your son, not the beauty of your son as he sits there in your wife's arms.
Yeah.
It's the Wendy's trip on the way home. Interesting.
Shooters, Billiards, and Cafe in Burnsville, says a texter, is a winner.
Okay.
Huh. Another texter says Parlor. Parlor does have very good fries. They have like a Swiss, there's an aioli.
A fine Jester Concepts restaurant.
I didn't say it. It was a texter. The best French fries are homemade. I'm not sure I've ever made homemade fries. Another texter says French fries need to be fried in beef tallow. I think we've decided that beef tallow is like magic. I was reading the other day that people are putting beef tallow on as sunscreen.
That seems
well, like
suboptimal.
The young people have decided all to like smoke cigarettes and to go to tanning beds. What are you people doing?
Who knows?
We solved all these problems, and you ding dongs are going back in time.
NHL.com writer extraordinaire checking in, Heather Rule.
Yes.
She wants to say that the seasoned sour cream is a must if you're going to do the Malone's
the waffle fries. Yeah.
And I there is nobody in this town as a writer that I respect more than Heather. And she could not be more wrong about this. I don't.
Well,
absolutely not a must. If that's your thing, that's great.
I think it is a must.
No.
If you're having a waffle fry without any sort of dip or seasoning on it, you're essentially just having like you're having. I mean, I was going to say,
if that's what brings you joy,
potato waffle.
You do you. Be shoving sour cream in anybody's face. What's the matter with you people?
No dip for you? You just go, you raw dog it at Malone's? Huh. Is it time to break? I think so.
Gosh, I hope so.
4:49. I'm back on a Friday in a minute.
This is Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
Just today, I was having lunch with my friend Pam from the Minnesota Pork Board. Oh, my goodness. So grateful for the partnership with these great family farmers all over the state of Minnesota. Minnesota pork, such a huge part of our communities, huge part of our state's economy. But what I want you to do this weekend is I want you to figure out how to do something a little different. Try a cut of pork that you've never tried before. Maybe it's a pork steak. Can grill it up just like that other meat, but at a fraction of the cost. How about ground pork? More and more chefs are utilizing ground pork in their recipes, and they're doing it for flavor. They're doing it for the leanness. They're doing it for high protein, and they're also doing it, again, to save money. I want you to do it to support 3,000 family farmers every corner of this state. And if you need recipe ideas, I've got them for you. TasteWhatPorkCanDo.com. That is your one-stop shop with so many different recipe ideas. You can sort it by the way you cook. So if you are like Dan and you love the air fryer, no problem. Go on down, search and filter recipes, and click on air fry. Boom. Up come all sorts of recipes, including kid-friendly air fryer pork nuggets. That sounds good this weekend. Get to TasteWhatPorkCanDo.com. Get to your grocery store and butcher shop. Let's have Minnesota pork for dinner tonight. Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year. So do the gaps and the risk. So go to Supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
I'm here with Alec Sherrod, a top mergers and acquisitions attorney with Hellmuth & Johnson. Alec, Minnesota laws can be complex. How do you make sure you're on the right path?
At Hellmuth & Johnson, we help businesses and individuals navigate Minnesota's laws with clarity and confidence. We understand how Minnesota's laws and courts work, and we guide you every step of the way.
So it's not just knowing the law, it's knowing Minnesota.
Exactly. Practical advice, local experience, real solutions.
If you're looking to buy or sell a business, go to hjlawfirm.com. Hellmuth & Johnson. On your side, at your side.
You know that feeling when your body is tired, but your brain just won't shut off? We've all been there. Jordana here. That's where CBN comes in. CBN, short for cannabinol, is a naturally occurring hemp cannabinoid known for its relaxing, sleepy effects. Think of it like the lights dimming signal for your brain. While CBD helps you stay calm, CBN helps your body know it's time to rest. That's why we call it CB Night Night. Mini Leaf Night and Night Plus Sleep Gummies combine CBN, CBD, and CBG to help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer, and then wake up feeling refreshed. Go to minileaf.com, MINNELEAF.com, minileaf.com, the home of Minnesota's best legal products. And tell them Jordana sent you.
Summer is here and you need more room for your kids or grandkids and all their stuff. It's Jason DeRusha for Luther Kia of Bloomington. We're in the middle of the summer sticker sales event. 0% on all Sportages and Sorrentos. Specially marked vehicles have $750 bonus cash too. Best cars for the money on the market. It's not just me saying it. It's U.S. News and World Report. Check out their brand new facility. Luther Kia of Bloomington now open at 35W and 494. Luther Kia of Bloomington.com.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Snowdown's Place, West 694, is moved between Central Avenue and 252, traveling 10 westbound. Not a bad ride, actually, as you come up from 694, heading 235W, traveling north 169. Got some slowing there, Highway 7, as you head up to Highway 55. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
Hungry? Go to Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Egan for real Texas barbecue. All meats smoked fresh in-house daily. You can dine in, take out, have it delivered, or have your event catered anywhere in the metro. Just go to Dickeys.com. Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Egan, the Twin Cities catering leader.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Egan bringing us Chris Schaefer's weather forecast. We're just going to be in a hot stretch for a while. Nothing really that noteworthy tonight. 70 will be our low. A warm night, but a great night to get to Target Field, watch a baseball game. Tomorrow, 90. Mostly sunny. It'll be a hot one tomorrow night for Dick Bramer being inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame. Sunday, day game. How about 92? You know what? Tell your kids enjoy the free ice cream on Sunday. Suck it. 92 and sunny on CC.
You're listening to Drive Time with DeRusha.
It's so bold. It's adventurous. It's edgy. You know, it's
risky.
On News Talk 830 WCCO.
More fries recommendations for people. A lot of beef tallow fans. Do people really like the flavor of fries and beef tallow, or is it just like this has become like the Maha thing? This is like the healthy.
Maybe they just like saying beef tallow.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not opposed to beef tallow. I guess I'd like to do a French fry taste test. Try one fried in tallow, one not. There's this guy I follow on social media who's a McDonald's franchisee, and he said they've tried beef tallow. He's like, to him, it doesn't taste any different. Culver's, says a texter. Is Culver's the crinkle fry?
I believe so.
Yeah. I'm not a huge crinkle fry.
I'm not either, no.
It's too potato-y. I don't know.
You don't get any real kind of... Sometimes you can get them crispy, but it's very rare. And it's the crispy.
The line between crispy and overcooked is tough.
Yeah, yeah.
Chart House, says a texture. H&H Poutine at the Hen and the Hog. Hen and the Hog in Albertville. I got to get there. Have you ever been there?
I have not, no. No.
I
don't generally go to Canada, so.
Albertville is not that far. Come on. Story in the Business Journal today about vending machine at the airport. I'm going to be at the airport Monday. And I've seen this bao bun vending machine. But getting a White Castle slider from a vending machine, are you guys down with this? I don't think so. I'm an out on getting a burger from a vending machine. I don't think so. Continental Diamond time check is $4.58. Time to get to ContinentalDiamond.com. Buy something special. You deserve it. You deserve it. ABC News coming up.
Get your clubs ready for the 39th Annual Northfield Ducks Unlimited Golf Tournament at Willinger's Golf Club on Thursday, July 23rd. Enjoy a day of golf, raffles, hand-rolled cigars, a silent auction, and even an AR golf ball launcher. Register today and support wetlands conservation. Visit mndu.org.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
It's the 27th Annual Anoka Riverfest and Craft Fair, presented by the Sorensons of Insurance Brokers of Minnesota. Bring the whole family for handcrafted treasures, tasty food, and live music in historic downtown Anoka. Free admission and parking, Saturday, July 11th. Learn more at AnokaRiverfest.org.
Real conversations, relevant information. News Talk 830 WCCO 1029 HD2, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. Plattner bows out. In a post on X, Graham Plattner, the Democrat, officially withdrawing from Maine's U.S. Senate race. Plattner dogged by accusations of abuse from women, which he denies. The Democrats will have to choose somebody else to run against longtime Republican incumbent Susan Collins. Iran's foreign minister will visit Oman tomorrow for talks focused on the Strait of Hormuz and shipping safety, according to the spokesman of the ministry. So far, the U.S. not a part of these talks, though U.S. officials say what they call technical talks are ongoing with Iran. The 6-day funeral for Iran's former supreme leader has ended, and the new Ayatollah was not present, says ABC's Patrick Reevell.
He's not Ayatollah Khomeini. He would not have the same level of influence inside the regime, and it's believed that groups like the Revolutionary Guards, for example, would play a much larger role. But in any case, most experts looking at the regime believe that now it is likely more hardline than pre-war, and in many ways will have been further radicalized because it believes that it's been able to successfully stand up to the United States.
Making an effort to get what evidence the FBI has about this week's fatal shooting of a Mexican national by a federal immigration officer in Houston Mayor John Whitmire. And police are asking the public to share any video they have of the incident. Houston Police Chief J.No. Diaz.
I encourage the public to be proactive with this so that we, as a police organization for the greatest city in the country, can move forward and help this family heal.
The man was someone the Department of Homeland Security says was not the original target of the raid. The man's family disputes ICE claims that he used his vehicle to hit the unmarked car with the federal agents inside. Wall Street's major indexes closed higher. Oil futures are flat, around $71 a barrel. You're listening to ABC News.
Minnesota
killed. WCCO's Taylor Rivera just got off the phone with police. She joins us live with the details. Taylor.
Yeah, Laura, I spoke with Officer Matt Raby, who told me it's the call no police officer wants to get, and that departments all over the state have seen an increase in these types of crashes involving kids and e-scooters and e-bikes. And unfortunately, this time it claimed the life of a young boy not far from where he lived.
This young man was on one of the electric scooters, not an e-bike. The scooters don't typically go as fast, but I think my message to parents would be you still have to take them very seriously. They can be quite dangerous.
And Taylor, you're familiar with this intersection where it happened, and you said it can get very busy here. Can you kind of describe the setting?
Yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn Park, and this is a very well-traveled intersection where this crash happened. And it can go from a quiet neighborhood to, an area where pickup trucks and large vehicles are driving fast. And I can see how this could have turned tragic easily.
Sure. And so that was at the intersection of Candlewood Drive and Brunswick Avenue North around 2:00 this afternoon, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the report, Taylor. The Trump administration taking action following a controversial pardon from Governor Tim Walz and other members of the Minnesota Board of Pardons last month. 42-year-old Laotian national Tulu Vang was convicted 20 years ago of sexually assaulting a child when he was 18 and the victim was 10. That victim wrote a letter to the Board of Pardons saying they forgive Vang, wanted him to be able to stay with his family, and urged the board to grant that pardon. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Just days before this foreign sex offender was scheduled to be deported, Tim Walz, the governor, issued him a pardon, setting him free to once again endanger the children of America. Well, this week, I revoked his legal status in the United States, and as a result, federal agents took him into custody, and as of today, he has been removed from the United States.
The pardon sparked political attacks from local and national Republican Party leaders that Democrats are soft on crime and immigration enforcement. Motorcycle advocates calling attention at the state capitol today concerning the staggering number of motorcycle fatalities so far this year.
It's already been a deadly start to the riding season. Mike Hansen with the Office of Traffic Safety.
So far, 37 motorcycle riders have been killed on Minnesota roads this year. That compares to 24 at this time last year.
This represents the highest numbers they've seen in decades.
If we stay on the same trend line that we're on right now, we will see around 90 motorcycle fatalities this year. That's numbers that we haven't seen since the late 80s and early 1990s.
So the message to other motorists is simple. State Senator and motorcyclist Judy Seeberger.
Put your phone down. Give yourself enough time to get where you're going. If you've been drinking, please don't drive. And take another look when you're at a stop sign or before you make a lane change.
Ari Bergeron, News Talk 830 WCCO.
And WCCO News Time is 5:05.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Moving fairly decent. Got your typical slowdowns. West 94, Carmichael Road to St. Croix River. South 35 East slows past Victoria Street down to Shepherd Road. Give yourself about an extra 10 minutes on that one. Traveling West 94, that slows Riverside into Lowry Hill Tunnel. Up on the North Metro, 610 flowing nicely both directions between 169 and 252. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
If you're serious about updating your home's exterior, this is the free event for you. Come see JTR Roofing, Certainty, and SRS Building Supply at Canterbury Park Expo Center, July 24th and 25th. Don't miss out. See you at Canterbury.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Brought to you by JTR Roofing. Here's WCCO TV Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer.
A very summer-like vibe for the next several days. We'll only cool back to 70 tonight with a partly cloudy sky. Plenty of sunshine this weekend. A high of 90 tomorrow. You'll start to feel the humidity again. It will be hot and humid on Sunday. Sunshine with a high of 92. Still looks like the hottest days will be Monday, Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday, with highs in the mid-90s.
Partly cloudy right now, 86 at News Talk 830 WCCO.
The stories we're following can follow you. Stay connected to the latest breaking news and impactful headlines on the Odyssey app and at WCCOradio.com. He knows news. He knows talk. He knows nonsense, too. So get ready for a lot of each. This is Drive Time with DeRusha, fueled by Luther Kia of Bloomington. Once again, here's Jason DeRusha.
All right, it is Friday. It feels like a holiday in downtown Minneapolis as nobody is at work. Why not?
Now shut up and drive.
I'm just jealous. I'm jealous of all of you and your summer Fridays. We no summer Friday on this show. Drive Time taking you up to, well, we have a short half hour today, right? Before Twins
pregame's at 6:30, so Steve Thompson will be in at 6 and get you down to Twins pregame, and then you'll have the final pitch following hopefully a Twins victory over the Angels, which you should call into. Because you'll because you'll be at Brawl at the Ballpark right after the Twins game. And you can report on that live for Steve.
I figured we would just stay in live coverage of the wrestling at Target Field.
That would be the sensible thing to do.
Why not? I don't know who's doing the color tonight. It's Atterbury, but I think Danny's off. Danny's not working Friday night. Come on.
What are you talking about?
Summer movie. In effect, summer movie season, trailer after trailer coming out. And so we're going to bring in our Gen Z movie reviewer, our movie expert, Charlie Oakes, for a couple of visits in the next couple of weeks to get you up to date and ready on what you should see, what you shouldn't see. And Charlie is with us in studio. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. Thanks for having me.
You are pumped up about a trailer that just dropped, right?
Yep.
And tell us about that.
Dune 3 trailer, the second trailer, which kind of showed a lot more and kind of the tone of the movie. And it's just going to be a spectacle. I can't wait.
Dune, give us the sketch of what the Dune franchise is about.
Well, it's about these different houses that kind of are within a very big galaxy. And the House of Atreides is Timothée Chalamet's house. And it's kind of about his journey coming from being kind of a duke and in a very wealthy family to kind of living with the Sand People. And this takes place like 25 years later after part 2. So there's going to be a pretty big tone shift. I could talk about it for like an hour, but that's kind of a very broad overview.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. But let's hear a little bit of the trailer so you could talk, because this has been making headlines all over the internet because, as you said, a little more. It is fascinating to me the way trailers are released now. You get like little breadcrumbs of like, oh, this means this or this is going to happen. So let's listen to a little bit.
The future has a way of talking to me. I can't see what's ahead.
How does it feel to be human like everyone else, Paul Atreides?
You have no fear, do you?
I've been told I was one.
Forgive me.
Forgive me. Intense.
Yeah, very intense.
Headline on Fox News: Outkick, Dune Part 3 trailer ignites fan frenzy ahead of the trilogy closing. When is this released?
December 18th, same day as Avengers.
This is so long from now, Charlie.
But they're doing it right. They're doing it right. You have to build up the hype.
Why do people get, like, does it really take that long to build up the hype?
It doesn't, but this is extra long. I will say that. Like with the Odyssey, I feel like it's kind of been the past maybe 2 months. Things have been ramping up, but 5 months out, 5.5 months out it's a little different. But
the plot, or the cast rather, of this movie is pretty much like every hot actor of 2026.
Oh yeah.
Chalamet, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, Jason Momoa, Anya Taylor-Joy, Robert Pattinson, Javier Bardem.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, that's gonna be a top 5 day box office wise in movie history. December 18th.
Crazy. Dune 3. All right, something to keep your eyes peeled for. As at least this way, now everybody's gonna know what their kids are talking about. That's the public service we're providing here. We're trying to get you ahead of that.
Yeah, and I will say it's going to get weird. I've yet to read the book, but I know there is a big shift from part 1 and part 2 to part 3. So I'm looking forward to that and kind of seeing how things change.
All right, Charlie Oakes is with us. We're talking about summer movies as well before we talk about the next trailer. I want to get your sense right now. It's July 10th. We're at the midway point. There's still a lot of big movies to come this summer, but what's your sense of what we've seen so far this summer?
Definitely solid. I think with better movies to come compared to what we've seen in the first half, but Project Hail Mary, Obsession, Backrooms, I mean, those are probably my top 3 on the year. It's been great, but I really have been, and I knew this going into the year. I really have been looking forward more to the second half of the year, just with these big blockbusters.
Big blocks, yeah.
I mean, these next 2 weeks are going to be crazy.
The Odyssey coming out. The live action Moana is this weekend. Supergirl, sort of. I don't want to say a dud, but
it was.
It was kind of a dud.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was to be expected, I think.
Why so?
I just don't think female-led superhero movies have been. They don't really receive the level of attention, I think, as some other ones do. And I think James Gunn, him being the head of DC now, he kind of likes to reuse and recycle his Guardians of the Galaxy gimmick, and it is kind of the same thing over and over. And yeah, I mean, nothing special, but I still am a fan of the DC universe, and I'm looking forward to Man of Tomorrow next year.
Biggest movie that you think is going to be coming out this summer will be?
It will be Spider-Man.
It will be Spider-Man.
Yeah, that'll do $2 billion. Yeah, the Odyssey will do about $1 billion.
Yeah, the Odyssey, quite a bit of a build-up for that one. And you're going to see that next week?
Monday,
right?
and Thursday. So when I come in next week, I'll really have the rundown for you.
Rundown. All right. There's
Are
one.
both of those going to be IMAX viewings or?
Yeah, mandatory.
Well, I knew one of them would be that you'd have to see it in IMAX at
Yeah.
least once, but both of them you're going to go.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I filmed with IMAX 70mm cameras. They had to invent a new camera to film this, and the scale. It's going to be insane.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Charlie Oakes is with us. One more trailer we want to talk about, and that is The Invite. Let's take a listen to that.
Yeah.
Are we expecting people? Can we put curtains on this window? I don't like how they can see into our apartment. This shirt, it's nice. It looks really good on you.
Well, you could tell me that once in a while.
Take them off? I don't give a if you take your shoes off.
For me, no gluten, no dairy, no meat, no sugar.
Oh no!
There's something I've been wanting to talk to you about.
We also have something we wanted to talk to you about.
This is a dinner party that sort of goes crazy, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing it tonight, and I am going in somewhat blind. I mean, I know the cast, 4 big stars. It's going to be great. A24.
Who are the big? Olivia Wilde, I know, is one of the big stars.
Yeah, and she directed it too. Seth Rogen,
Edward
Norton, and I think is it Penelope Cruz?
That's right.
Yeah, and critics are saying that this is their favorite of the year.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
and you're
far.
going to see it tonight.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
One more question before we let you go, but this weekend it's going to be hot. It's going to be a hot week. I know I don't have a lot of plans this weekend, so I'd love to watch something. What would you recommend this weekend for streaming at home?
I just watched 12 Angry Men for the first time, and that's on Amazon Prime.
12 Angry Men, the which version?
1956, Sidney Lumet.
The 56 version.
I thought that was really good. So I would recommend that. But if you're feeling something more up to date.
Does it hold up?
I think it does. Well, that's the first time I've seen it.
This was like a murder, obviously a jury trial, but this is a murder trial. I'm not sure if I saw it originally.
I thought it was great.
I saw it ages and ages ago, but you weren't taken. It didn't appear to not fit our current movie vibe.
No,
right?
very timeless.
Okay.
Yeah, dialogue heavy, but entertaining and easy to follow. But if you want something new, then just watch Dune.
Then you're ready.
Yeah.
Then you can be prepared for December.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's right.
Charlie, really good. Enjoy the movie tonight.
Thank you.
Charlie Oakes, Gen Z movie critic. Yes, Laura's his mom. We believe in nepotism at this place.
I mean, we don't not believe in it.
I mean, Chad Hartman is on our,
Yeah, no.
you know, come on. Exactly. Back in just a minute. It is Friday here on CCN.
Drive Time with DeRusha is fueled by Luther Kia of Bloomington. Go see Dan Dingman and the crew today. Go or always online at LutherKiaofBloomington.com.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples. That was easy. Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
Summer is here and you need more room for your kids or grandkids and all their stuff. It's Jason DeRusha for Luther Kia of Bloomington. We're in the middle of the summer sticker sales event. 0% on all Sportages and Sorrentos. Specially marked vehicles have $750 bonus cash too. Best cars for the money on the market. It's not just me saying it. It's U.S. News and World Report. Check out their brand new facility. Luther Kia of Bloomington, now open at 35W and 494. Luther Kia of Bloomington.com.
Chad back here with you. I want to talk about trust and peace of mind. We all need it, in particular in some areas, including your insurance. Maybe it's for your business, or maybe it's more traditional with your house and your car. For me, I have trusted Amber Scholl and Associates with American Family for, what are you guessing, 5 years, 10 years? No. My entire family, whether it's my father or my kids, with American Family, with Amber in particular, for 30 years. We dread something bad happening with our house, with a car accident, but we need people with expertise, with professionalism and availability, and that's what Amber and her team are all about. Reach out to them today. It's worth it. Trust me. 651-738-4811.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand, so shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog, but they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Drive Time with DeRusha, where the conversation's always in drive. Thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington on News Talk 830 WCCO.
I can't move on, baby doll.
The Trump administration deported the guy that the Pardon Commission, made up of Governor Walz and Attorney General Ellison, and then Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court, Hudson. The guy they pardoned last month. Good. The truth is, if you come to Minnesota, even if you come here as a kid, even if you come here not of your own choice, which is what happened to the man who was convicted of sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl. He was 18, she was 10. He, when he was arrested, said it was no big deal. Basically made it seem like it was her fault. He was convicted. He was sentenced in a plea deal to like 30 years of probation. And part of the deal was losing American citizenship. But in 2006, when he was convicted, Laos, which is where he was from, although a country he never knew, really, but Laos wasn't taking Americans back, wasn't taking Laotians back. And so this man lived since 2006 with this conviction, hopefully with some shame. He built a life here. eventually got married. And then, after Operation Metro Surge, the feds came for him and said, well, this guy had an order of deportation. He should have been deported. He's a convicted sex offender. Minnesota, I believe, made a grave error. Not necessarily an error of morality when they decided to pardon him. Although I have to say, if I were a governor, I would have a blanket policy that I'm never going to pardon somebody who was convicted of a sex crime with a child. That would be me. But I think what was trying to happen here was a combination of a little bit of saying, like, look, this man is not a danger to other people. And the victim has said, and she's now 30, has said he should get a pardon. And so the governor said yes. Where it was an error was an error of political calculation. Because once again, the state of Minnesota, in their zeal to battle Donald Trump, and a lot of you guys want a battler. I hear it all the time. I want a fighter. I want a fighter. I want someone who's going to fight Donald Trump. I would maintain that this fighting attitude with Donald Trump has gotten us nowhere. It's gotten us in the middle of the attention of this bullying administration. And so we have a big target, Minnesota, target right here. Come and take your best shot. And they do. Federal government, in a disgusting manner, has been gloating all day. ICE has deported Tu Vang, the illegal alien child rapist. That is what the Federal Department of Homeland Security put on their official X account today. And here's the important part. This is the important part for those of you that think this battle against people who are here illegally, what has become really a broader battle against immigration. For those of you who think this is about keeping us safe and keeping our neighbors safe and keeping our state safe, it's about none of it. It's about cruelty, and it's about sticking it to Democrats, especially sticking it to Walz. Here's the next line. While Walz and his fellow sanctuary politicians fight to protect heinous criminals like this, we will continue putting the safety of the American people first. And then there's a big old photo of Tu Lu Vang with two Homeland Security agents about to load him onto a plane and fly him out of America. The gloating, the photo, that's what irritates me. Now, before you get all in my face about shouldn't you be irritated about a child sex offender? Yes, and on this show, I spoke about how I disagreed with pardoning a child sex offender. And also, let's be serious, because there is a difference between someone who's out there prowling and grooming kids and look at, the teacher who's out there looking for young children to prey on. And this scenario where, and don't take my remarks as giving any sort of forgiveness or grace or understanding. I'm just saying the risk to the public is different when you have a true sexual predator out there versus someone who is in a family scenario. I'll say this. I cried 0 tears for Tu Vang, who is correctly being deported. It is what the plea deal was. It is what the sentence was. It just was a circumstance where Laos was not taking Americans. So there was nowhere to deport this man to. Today there is. Today he was deported. That is the correct outcome. And it's not being done to keep you safe. It's not being done to keep me safe. It's not being done for any reason other than owning the libs, owning Tim Walz, sticking it to Minnesota. They don't care. They don't care. And it's exhausting, isn't it? At a certain point, I do think people on the left need to decide if the right strategy is constant warfare when the evidence is overwhelming that we don't have the war power to fight it. And I don't know how you balance that out, but I would say that it's a reasonable question to ask the future candidates for governor and the future candidate for Senate. How do you plan on working with the presidential administration? It doesn't mean giving up your values. It doesn't mean you have to all of a sudden acquiesce when you disagree politically or morally or ethically, but it does say, has this warfare been working for Minnesota? Has this been good for us? I don't think it has. I don't think it has. And maybe the answer is they don't care. They're just going to keep moving the goalposts. And so there is no real way to work with this administration. And I think that's a reasonable attitude, and we should explore that. But when you look at the current administration in Minnesota and say the intentional sort of sticking it to the Trump administration, it only works if you actually stick it to it. And I don't think we've been sticking it to it. Because pardoning a guy who sexually assaulted a 10-year-old and was convicted of it, it's a bad look when you're trying to make the case that we are trying to make Minnesota safe and trying to find a path for citizenship to the immigrants who are minding their business, who came here illegally, maybe of their own choice, maybe of someone else's, but they're out there working, they're paying taxes, they're raising a family, and they're making Minnesota stronger. And then you pardon this guy? Like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when I'm trying to defend this state's more compassionate approach, then we do something like this with this pardon, and you're like, you know what? I don't know, man. Round everybody up, I guess. Like, what are we supposed to do? It's frustrating all the way around. The cruelty, to me, it is a reminder, though, that the point of this was not to make Minnesota safer. The point was to get the photo of the guy, put out the social media post that said, we deported the sex offender that Tim Walz pardoned. So I guess good job by everybody. You all screwed it up. This is how I think a lot of us feel about politics all the time now. But it's headline after headline. Homeland Security, they're gloating about this. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, they post a Daily Caller headline. ICE deports illegal alien child rapist previously pardoned by Governor Tim Walz. And your federal taxpayers are paying for a governmental agency to say, Governor Tim Walz protects sickos like this. We deport them. It's an intellectually fraudulent argument, and it's also accurate.
Dexter also correctly points out that ICE has a little image problem going on right now down in Houston. Is this an attempt to try to distract from that?
No doubt. Why else are they posting about this over and over and over? No doubt. Drive Time is going to break in a minute. Twins baseball. It's been a pretty good run for the Minnesota Twins. They start another home series tonight. Dan Hayes is going to talk about a new conversation with the owner's representative, with the business head of the Twins, that gives a lot of clues as to what this team is thinking about as the trade deadline gets closer. I think people are going to like it. We'll talk to Dan Hayes coming up.
This is Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Audient Hearing.
AI firms are much more aggressive in the pace of their software updates. Elon Musk says that SpaceX's AI model, Grok 4.5, has begun private beta testing at SpaceX and Tesla, with Musk saying Grok 4.5 is being built on a foundation model that's 3 times the size of the previous model. Musk says that SpaceX plans to release new AI models every month for the rest of the year. I'm Jason Brooks.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Have you ever reached for a cheers when your favorite song comes on? You're ready to embrace the haze with Hazy Little Thing from Sierra Nevada. Hazy, citrusy, smooth, juicy but not sweet, hoppy but not bitter. America's best tasting hazy IPA for good reason. Hazy Little Thing. Enjoy responsibly.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Nope, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Things are slow for 35E northbound as you come up from Highway 62 heading toward the River Bridge. South 35E slows has moved past Randolph down to the work zone at Shepherd Road. Traveling 694, get ready for slowdowns both directions there as make way between Central and East River Road. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
Oh no, the lights are flickering, the drain is backing up, the water heater just went cold. When home problems interrupt your day, call Randy's Electric and Plumbing. Same-day repairs, licensed pros, and clear pricing before work begins. For those oh no moments, call Randy's Electric and Plumbing.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
CCO forecast brought to you by my buddies, Randy's Electric. Call Randys.com. Here is Chief Meteorologist Chris Schaefer.
Just a few clouds into the night tonight, 70 the overnight low. This is a very dry forecast. Plenty of sunshine with a high of 90 tomorrow. Sunny, 92 on Sunday. Unfortunately, you're going to start to feel that humidity again. It will be flat out hot and humid next week. Highs up near 94 Monday, Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday.
Sun is shining at Target Field right now. Beautiful night for baseball. 86 degrees on CCO.
Drive Time with DeRusha.
He creates a narrative that is advantageous to him. And frankly, at times it's disturbing.
On News Talk 830 WCCO.
Stuff to talk about right now, but the big news from Dan Hayes at theathletic.com is a new conversation with the owner of the Twins, Tom Pohlad, about the biggest thing the Twins can do to win back fans. Dan is with us on the John Schuster Coldwell Banker hotline. Dan, you're just like, you were at breakfast with the owner today?
Yeah, I thought we were going to do a food review, Jason. What are you doing? Yeah, this is out of left field.
Well, where'd
here.
you guys go?
Pancakes.
Where'd you go for breakfast?
The suite. We went to his suite. And, hey, the syrup was like fancy. It was nice.
Nice. The Twins, the culinary team over there at Target Field is pretty good.
The food here is excellent. It's hard not to find. It's hard to like not find something that you like. Like there's so many different varieties of food. I love going. I don't do the concessions all that much because we have obviously good food offered to us in the press dining, like a full meal you can purchase every day. So that's great. But I mean, the food around here is amazing. So
Dan Hayes had breakfast with Tom Pohlad and a number of other Twins reporters, right? Print reporters.
Yeah, there were about, I'd say 10 of us in the room.
Any TV guys? Who's the most annoying guy who was in that room or gal?
Oh, it was me. I mean, there were no TV guys, so I would definitely qualify as the most annoying person in that room.
Yeah, you're a bit of a media celebrity. You're a podcaster. You're a radio guest. I mean, people get sick of you for sure.
Oh, without question. But it was a really good session. It's more of Tom Pohlad saying a lot of the same stuff that he has since the start of the year, but I thought even stronger. In fact, none of us printed it till today because when we went in, it was supposed to be a casual conversation and off the record. And afterwards, we'd asked them, we were allowed to kind of basically take stuff for background material and like write think pieces, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And at the end of it, so we record it with permission. And then at the end of the session, a few of us went up to Dustin Morse, the Twins director of communications, and said, Dustin, this stuff's pretty good, man. And like, there's really nothing here that's inflammatory. And so we had to get approval on which ones we could use, which quotes. And we got about 6 quotes approved, but that process took a little while. And so we all wrote it today because it came later last night. But I mean, he said some good stuff.
I think that's a fair fan. Can we just stop right there for a second? Because it's interesting,
sure.
like from a journalism standpoint, for people hearing that it is useful, right, to have off the record conversations that can help color your reporting and writing in other ways. So it's not an unusual thing that like journalists would say, sure, with the owner, like, let's sit down, let's get some insight. Political reporters do it with the governor. You do it. This is not unusual. But like,
it's not unusual.
Yeah.
And it is helpful because look, anybody that when you're a public figure and you're worried about being on the record all the time, anything can be taken out of context. It can be misconstrued. There's stuff that happens like that all the time. And so like the comfort of knowing, hey, I'm not on the record right now. And can you check with me to make sure that we're on the record and ask, when you say that, then they know and they can speak a little more freely because I don't know. Not everybody wants to, you don't want your official voice represented sometimes. There's a lot of things you can get tripped up on. And I get it. We're talking like there's some things that we can't talk about publicly because there's negotiations with the CBA. He can't talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing he'd get in trouble from the league. He'd get in trouble from the other owners. And
right.
It's all important context to know like what the owner of the Twins thinks. And honestly, frankly, we didn't even talk about the CBA more than about half a minute. That wasn't even part of this context. But I mean, the stuff we did talk about was exactly what you should want to hear about if you're a Twins fan. And we know the uphill battle that the Pohlad family has with Twins fans. They've been here 40 years and fans just don't want to hear it, right? They want to see it. But I think he reiterated that, and he said a lot of good stuff about they have to spend and they have to invest, and then they have to keep doing that, and they have to repeatedly do that. And it's not a situation where I specifically asked, I said, you have had 6 months to kind of see how the relationship is with fans. How do you estimate you guys are doing? And he said, people that come here to games, he thinks the energy in the building is good, but they clearly need a lot more people, and they need a lot more people to buy in. And they know that that's the case. And I said, okay, well, you guys have this ambitious plan to spend, and how will that be impacted if fans aren't responding? And he said it doesn't. He said it didn't matter. And he said, this is a you build it and they will come situation.
Interesting.
Basically, you have to. Yeah. It was just
because that's been a little different from what we've heard before, which is part of the reason that the Twins aren't spending is that they've got one hand tied behind their back, because even when the Twins did win the playoff game and they did, that the fans still didn't show up, so that the Twins felt like they didn't have the revenue coming in to support the spending going out.
Absolutely. And like, I think they recognized that their $30 million payroll cut was something that's probably going to cost them hundreds of millions of dollars in the long run, because, you know, they have their first success in 21 years, their first playoff series win in 21 years. They end that 18-game losing streak in the playoffs, and they cut payroll. They took all the good momentum and goodwill they were building and just threw it out the window. And while they may have saved $30 million in the short term, in the long run, I'm thinking about what that impact has been over the last 2 years at this ballpark. The Cleveland Guardians were just here for a critical series. The Twins are 2 games out of first place right now.
Yeah.
The Twins are 1 game out of the wild card, and there were 54,931 fans over 3 games against Cleveland, 2 of which they won, and won another series. That's just in July, right after the 4th of July. I mean, that's bad, man.
It was
that's
bad.
Not a good shit.
It was bad. I mean, I'm watching these games on TV, and you're like, to me, this series was the most disappointing. And what it says, you can't blame the fans. You got to blame the team.
Yeah. And look, I had a national reporter text me on Tuesday night and say, hey, man, that crowd's looking kind of sparse. What's going on? Is it a weather thing? And I was like, no, pretty nice night. It's just the fans are tuning these guys out. And I think what's good here is the recognition and hitting it, you know, facing it versus kicking the can down the road versus ignoring it, just being oblivious to it. They're addressing it. And look, there is the pressure of these new 2, or actually it's 3 limited partnership groups. There is the pressure of that driving some of this, because you had all these investors come in and they don't want to see more of the same. So you have people to answer to, and I think they're taking that responsibility serious. But I also think Tom Pohlad is aggressive by nature and wants to be a winner. And it was just it was a really interesting chat.
So how does this translate, Dan, with the trade deadline? And I think we've all been wondering, all right, the Twins taking 2 out of 3 in Cleveland certainly puts them right in the thick of things. To me, it makes it feel like you got to be a buyer, not a seller. But what's the vibe?
Yeah, look, if they're where they are right now, in 2.5 weeks, they will do everything they can to buy. And look, there's going to be a lot of teams looking to buy. We know that. So what they're able to do, we'll see. But they're certainly going to be erring on the side of aggressive if they get that chance. But the one thing I can appreciate is that Tom Pohlad was not going to say anything, especially on the record, about that yesterday. He gave us his thoughts, and that's where the off the record helps. It's like, you know, he can kind of give us a sense of where he wants to be, but him going on the record and saying we're buying is so dumb. It would be so dumb for him to do that right now, because it could put your GM in a terrible spot. Jeremy Zoll, hey, we're buying, right? What if the Twins lose 10-12? So they're going to play it out and see how they're doing. But my impression was that they are going to do what they can to add if they're in this spot. They feel like they need to win fans' trust back. They feel like this is their first real chance to show them that, because he came in so late in the offseason that he really didn't have a chance there, and sees this as his first. But I truly think this upcoming offseason will be really when we get to see the Twins, you know, have a shot at spending and having a, you know, fair playing ground, because, you know, in free agency, it's different. It's not the same thing as the trade deadline where you're, you know, whoever's willing to, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. But if they can keep playing like this, you know, I think their hope is that fans will be pleasantly surprised by what they're able to do, because, you know, they can probably accomplish some things and not break the bank as far as trading away prospects. I mean, you need bullpen help. And you don't necessarily need to get that 9th inning guy. You lucked your way into a 9th inning guy by, you know, falling into Yoendris Gomez. But, you know, that's why they made the trade they did today. They acquired a pitcher, Nance, from Toronto, and they're taking it's another lottery ticket. You pick it up, you scratch it, you hope for a winner, and if it doesn't work, you move on. Justin Lawrence didn't work. They moved on, and they've had about 6 or like Luis Garcia was here for 2 weeks. You just try, you keep trying, and that's what they're doing. But essentially, they're going to try and add some real arms at that deadline, and that would be, a big boost for this club.
Who do you give up, though? Let's talk about that when we come back. Ryan Jester is back off the IL. 3 catchers for the Twins. Might that be a clue? We'll talk to Dan in just a minute.
Drive Time with DeRusha. Tuned up and rolling. Thanks to Luther Kia of Bloomington.
J.H. and Sons at the Galleria in Edina. Man, if you're looking to cool down this weekend, get indoors to the Galleria right in Edina. Tons of parking, and go visit my friends at J.H. and Sons. Premium men's clothing right in the heart of the Midwest. And right now, they've got such a great selection of linen clothing. If you're looking for breathable, kind of stylish, maybe a night by the lake or a nice date night with your special someone, yeah, J.H. and Sons can help you out. How about custom suits? Have you ever thought about getting a suit specifically measured for your body? J.H. and Sons has a whole new line of custom-made, custom-tailored clothing at great prices, too. Premium fabrics, the best of the best when it comes to service. The Halberstadt family's been doing it in Minnesota for more than 50 years. Get to J.H. and Sons at the Galleria. Sign up for their VIP email list, too. You can do that at jhandsons.com.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Get your home into the comfort zone with Metro Heating and Cooling.
The warm days of summer have arrived. You're going to want to have an AC in your house. Call Metro Heating and Cooling. We'll be happy to help you choose the AC system that's right for your home and wallet. Get a free estimate at metroheating.com. Metro Heating and Cooling of Maplewood.
Get your home into the comfort zone with Metro Heating and Cooling.
Metroheating.com.
All right, it's officially the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, 20% off for teachers, and more. Check out all the deals at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Time to find out how it's moving on the roads and what's moving in via the skies. This is traffic and weather together on CCO, starting with a check of the commute.
Crash working for 35W northbound near 28th Street. The activity off to the right side. Your slowdowns place come up from 36. Traveling 35E northbound, some slowing there as you move between Highway 62 and the area of the Shepherd Road and the work zones. If you're traveling West 494, got your slowdowns there in place at Portland Avenue over to France Avenue. Jerry Peterson, News Talk 830 WCCO.
With a well-designed will, trust, and estate plan, you can have peace of mind. Choose Matt Gutman of Gutman Law to give yourself peace of mind. Call him now, 612-895-1616 at gutmanlaw.com. Gutman Law, peace of mind today for tomorrow.
Now, the latest conditions and the outlook for the next few days with your CCO forecast.
Gutman Law bringing us the forecast, and it's hot. Tomorrow, 90 is your high. Sunday, 92. And go find some AC or a lake to jump in, that's for sure. Right now, it's toasty in downtown Minneapolis. 88 degrees on CCO.
Drive Time with DeRusha is fueled by Luther Kia of Bloomington. Go see Dan Dingman and the crew today, or always online at lutherkiaofbloomington.com.
Dan Hayes is with us from The Athletic. Get to theathletic.com or download the app. You can sign up through the New York Times. Dan's writing is terrific, covering the Twins for us. Joining us from Target Field tonight. Okay, Ryan Jester is back in action. He is, I
Right.
think I saw he's in the lineup tonight, right? Hitting second. So what does this mean when you think about, you mentioned before the break that the Twins hope to get a little more bullpen help. I can't imagine that the plan is to keep 3 catchers on this team, is it?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's almost like would, like that song that was just played there for a second. Would they do something? I don't know. Look, they're going to have to navigate that because Victor Caratini has been outstanding in Jeffers' stead. And Alex Jackson's got some pretty good numbers coming up. But we know Ryan Jeffers is out just equally as good. He was having an incredible season. He'd probably be headed to Philadelphia on Tuesday had he stayed healthy. And instead he got hurt and is, missed a good chunk of time, but he's back. They're going to go 3 catchers for now. That's one thing that is a real dilemma because Alex Jackson is out of options and they would have to expose him to the waiver wire. Now he makes more money than most people want to pick up. He's like $1.35 million. It's not a typical waiver wire kind of dump. But at this point, if a team is really hungry for catching, they'd probably try to grab him. And I think that the Twins they know that. So they're going with 3 catchers for now, which is going to be interesting to see what they do with this lineup.
Right.
Because Josh Bell is really good at DH. Josh Bell in the field is a little tough. Plus Royce Lewis has been good at first. Cody Clemens has been good at second. It doesn't work roster wise as well, but that's the one part about that 13th spot. There's not a ton of use for it. We saw Kyler Fedko, who got sent down basically as a pinch runner and get some sparing at bats. So Alex Jackson can hide for a little bit. Ryan Jeffers makes sense to get some help. He absolutely does as a trade candidate. He's going to be a free agent and he is a commodity. Very few catchers get moved at the deadline. This is a guy that could go somewhere, and the Yankees need help. The Rays need help. The Yankees would overpay. The Yankees are really flailing right now. And, could you get some relief help back? Maybe. That's a really good question that the Twins are in a good spot there. But I don't know that they necessarily want to trade Ryan Jeffers.
Yeah, right.
He's great at the ABS. He's a good hitter. This is...
You got to give something to get something, right? Like you're not going to trade junk and get something good. Like that's just how that goes.
No, you're right. And they want to keep Walker Jenkins and they want to keep Kalen Culpepper. They don't want to mortgage their future. They're going to have to be creative. And I think it wouldn't shock me. I mean, hey, Matt Wallner is hitting a ton at AAA.
Yeah.
And does he mean that could they move him? It's AAA. Everybody hits a AAA right now. Would they bring him up and move Trevor Larnach? I don't know. There's some serious, difficult questions that they could have to answer if they keep playing well. And I think that the players in that clubhouse would love to make Jeremy Zoll's end of July, early August really tough.
Yeah. Dan, I only have 1 minute left, but I know tomorrow is the amateur draft. And the Twins have the highest draft pick they've had in a decade, picking at number 3. How significant is that?
Oh, it is. So they could add impact talent. If they're able to get Rock Chalowski from UCLA, that's a shortstop that potentially could be in the majors next year. Vaughn Lackey is a catcher at Georgia Tech. He has a ton of power. Ryan Jeffers, maybe that's the guy they could look at down the road. Those are good players in this draft. What they get at 3 should be able to impact them. It won't be NFL media impact, but it's soon enough. And when you're picking 1, 2, or 3, you're in a really good spot.
Pretty cool. Dan, I'll see you over there. I'm coming to the game tonight. So, I wanted to see
the... Are you going to be in the wrestling ring?
I can't say. I can't say. Watch.
Jason DeRusha gets powerbombed. That's going to be awesome.
From the top rope. That's right. Look for me like Bobby the Brain Heenan style, like with a chair coming from the side. Dan Hayes with us at The Athletic. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
Pretty fun. Twins baseball going to be on the air here at 6:30. First pitch at 7:10.
Yep. Steve Thompson will take you up to the 6:30 pregame. We mentioned the draft tomorrow, and it's kind of interesting. You have a draft here that most analysts are saying there's 3 top players in this draft. And Minnesota is sort of in the catbird seat in terms of whoever drops number 3, that's the guy you take. I mean, sort of makes it easy.
Yeah.
And the last time the Twins were in a position like that, it was a 5-player draft, and the Twins had the 5th pick, and that's Walker Jenkins when he was drafted in somebody that could be coming up either late this summer or has a really good chance of making the roster for next year. So.
Yeah, takes some time.
It does in baseball. It takes longer than most of the other
different,
sports, but it's a big deal.
Enjoy the game, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to be off on Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to Washington, D.C. to lobby Congress. I'll tell you more about that when I get back on Wednesday. Continental Diamond. Time check is 5:57. In advance of your trip to lobby Congress, get a nice watch at continentaldiamond.com.
Too many tools, too much stress.